What up? Ooh. Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy Thursday. We have a great Clouds and Stouts for you tonight. Groovy wasn't able to make it here tonight, but he will be popping in a little bit later. But I got my brother OG-san and my brother Saucy Shade in the house. And as it said, we're doing Star Trek versus Star Wars, guys. Like, this is going to get confrontational. This is like a heated debate everywhere. So I don't know how it's going to go. I mean, I didn't even rep a side tonight. I feel like everybody knows which side I fall on, but I didn't even rep a side tonight. I rocked glow in the dark Space Cat. That's how I went. I didn't mess with any of that other stuff, man. But let's go ahead and get my fellow peoples up here. Let's start it out with the wonderful OG-san. How you doing, brother?
Oh, I'm doing awesome, man. It's gonna be an awesome night.
It's gonna be great, brother. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Of fun.
I hope we're not all on the the winning side.
Yeah, well, I agree. I do believe that there is a winning side, but that's my personal opinion.
See, look there. We got some folks in the chat going to give us a run for our money already. So there you go.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, while I'm sitting here, let's go and look at the chat real quick. We had Ghost Stacy was first. Autumn was second. OG-san popped in. There's Loki. How you doing, Loki? Cindy's here. What's up, Cindy? There's my brother, Groovy Lava Scroll Medic. He is doing his 24-hour duty right now, so he is he's having fun. But he's there.
We got a substitute for him later.
Yeah, and he's gonna pop on. He's gonna pop on. He won't be drinking, but he said he'd pop on. He'll make an appearance. I got Melissa popped in. Autumn's here. What's up, Autumn? We got 7 people in chat watching right now. What's up, CB? How you doing? I know there's a bunch of people going live tonight. I noticed that. I know Phil's
got
his.
Yeah, you got new Star Trek, old Star Trek, new Star Wars, old Star Wars. That's a debate too.
That is a very big debate. Very big debate. But let's go ahead and bring up our trio for the night. A trio for the night, Mr. Saucy Shane. What's up, brother?
What's up, everybody? Good to see you, brothers.
Good to see you too. Good to see you. All right. Yeah, that actually is a really good debate, like you were talking about. That whole Disney Star Wars versus old Star Wars. I mean, we can beat ourselves up all day about that stuff.
Now, Saucy's kind of unaffiliated. I don't think he's got a preference. We may be convincing him tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna be definitely learning tonight.
Okay, so you don't have a side, huh?
If I was gonna pick a side, well, we'll get into that later. I do got a side, but we'll get into that.
Okay, right. That's fair enough. Well, part of the show is the Clouds and the Stouts. Mm-hmm. So let's go ahead and jump into what we're drinking. OG-san, you want to lead us off, brother?
Yeah, I got a nice little 2019 CBS right here. That's what I'm gonna lead in with.
Oh, very nice.
Get that
open, get it forward.
I love smelling like that little steam comes out of the bottle. I love that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember, you got to kind of be a little bit aggressive with these CBSs.
Yeah, you do have to be a little bit aggressive with them. Yes, yeah. Ooh, that looks good. I love that. I love that, man. I love that.
I got to noticing that these little skull glasses I bought at Halloween are almost shaped like a stout cup.
They're pretty close. Pretty close.
Mm.
They're not bad. They're not bad.
If you've never had a CBS, it's got a lot of chocolate and a lot of coffee and a little bit of maple syrup.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah, Groovy's put it in the chat there. He's dropped his link. Groovy, can you drop OG Sans and Saucies in there as well? Or one of my mods, drop that in there for me. Make sure y'all subscribe to these guys. We're trying to get this man right here to his 4,000 hours. He's already over 1,000 subs. But, I mean, go to bed, put on his videos, let him play. Get him to that 4,000 hours, guys. Let's get him there. And Saucy, what are you drinking tonight, buddy?
I am drinking astronaut status from Isaac Bruin.
You got a space themed one. Very nice.
Yeah, I figured that would fit tonight.
Absolutely.
We'll pop the top on this big boy. Got my little baby mug tonight. I know OG Sans had one of these. He had one of these on a pre-party.
I've never had one of those.
I think this was that wasn't but like $8. It's like,
oh, that's not bad.
No, 12.5%. Got a good little color to it.
Yeah, it's pretty. I like that head on it. That looks good.
I do too. It says with cinnamon and vanilla beans.
Ooh, what's its ABV?
12.5.
Ooh, that's a big
one. Ooh, I like that vanilla note in there. That's good.
Oh, very nice.
Very good.
Awesome. All right. Well, and I am going to bust out the big guns with the Big Bad Baptiste Imperial Stouts. This is a pint. Stout with cacao nibs and coffee added and aged in whiskey barrels. It's a 1 ounce beer. This is number 137. That's 11.7 ABV. It's a big beer. It's a big beer. Very big beer. Let's crack this thing open. It comes from Epic Brewing, which they come out with a lot of cool stuff. But I know Baptiste is one of their lines, and I just love this bottle. I love the artwork on it. It's just beautiful. Did I play the intro? Holy shit, I didn't play the intro. God damn it. I completely forgot the intro. All right, well, let me pour this, and then we're going to play the intro, because I already screwed up. Damn it. I got all excited and shit. Failing already, man. Failing already. One job. Yes. One job. You're absolutely right, Gerby. Oh, man, you can smell that cacao. Look how dark that is. Woo.
Yeah.
And let me get a light on that. You ain't seeing that light through that. That thing is that dark.
Ooh.
Woo. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's real good. All right, let's roll that beautiful intro. There we go. There's the intro. Now we're officially in the show. Everything before that was just warm up.
That's right.
I gotta get you a high definition version of that someday.
Yeah, that's all right. Oh man. How was y'all's day? Let's start off with that. Let's start off with how your days were. What did y'all do today? Did y'all have anything crazy going on today?
I slept in, did an art show, just chilled out. We went and ate some Mexican food, had a good old time.
Oh, our groovy replacement just showed up. Our groovy replacement, the one that everybody is actually going to be here to see because nobody gives a crap about us.
It'll be over as soon as you bring her up.
And bringing some beauty to the stage, the one and only Marcedale.
Hi, everybody.
How you doing,
Hey,
Marcedale?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. Did you bring a stout?
No, I brought juice and vodka.
Okay, that's fine. You're still here.
She won't drink a stout.
I won't drink that.
You want to drink a stout?
No.
All right, fine.
I'll just be the
here comes
oddball
Chad.
out.
Here comes Chad already, right there. Marcedale. Going crazy. Let me actually pull up these names real quick. I don't even have those showing. There we go.
That's what everybody's like. How in the hell did Jimmy get a girl like that?
I don't understand it.
I don't either, man. I don't either.
Your dwarf
It's my
dwarf walk and everything. It's the dwarf legs.
It's the leg.
I think she said that was the first thing she noticed about me.
How short you were?
Yeah. I looked real good in DDUs. You couldn't tell how short my legs were, I guess.
Hi, Travis.
Uh,
Hi, Shane. How are you doing?
good, Marcedale. How are you?
Good.
So what did Marcedale, what'd you do today? I know that you're pretty much stuck with Jimmy, but what'd you do? What'd you do
Oh,
today?
I
How was
worked
your day?
today.
She's
I
a lunch
cook.
lady.
I'm a lunch lady.
Lunch
A hot
lady.
lunch lady,
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Tell them what them high school boys are saying about you.
Jimmy, do not bring that up.
Oh, no.
Save that for the after party, Jimmy. Save that for the
Yes.
after party.
Oh, man.
I mean, I can't blame them, but I thought it was.
No. Don't.
That's great. That's great.
Uh,
So I'll see what you do today, brother.
I didn't do much. Piddled around this house. We're still remodeling this house. You know, it's a work in progress. But had a pretty good day, all in all. Pretty good day.
That's good. Yeah, I feel like home ownership, it never ends. There's always something that has to be done.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, every damn day something.
It never ends. Never ends.
Yep.
I had a very relaxing day today as well, but I did want to go ahead and show this off on stream. I finally got my package from Todd
Ooh.
that has 1,
Oh.
2,
Ooh.
3, 4. I don't know if I can fit 4 in one hand. Let's see. 4, 5,
Dang.
6 different samples.
Crap. Oh man.
Yeah.
I got this is the full run, that whole Maker's Marks run, and the wood one, and then
Wood
these are I don't remember which ones these are. He sent me a list, so I have a list that decodes all of these. But one of these is the Cash Drink Maker's Mark, all that stuff. So it's going to be an interesting stream whenever those get cracked open. There's enough there to get me tore up. So
Say you ain't gonna get through all those tonight, are you?
no. Tonight is clouds and stouts. We ain't drinking whiskey. We're doing clouds and stouts. So let's go ahead and jump in on this topic. And I guess I think we should probably start with I feel like there's generations of Star Wars and there's generations of Star Trek, right?
For sure.
We might as well start with the first generation of each.
Yeah.
Okay. Because the first generation of Star Trek was a TV series, and the first generation of Star Wars was movies.
I got a big story about that too.
Well, go ahead. Yeah, why don't you lead us off, OG-san? Give us your opinions and everything else.
So when I was a little kid, Star Trek was on TV, and I really liked Star Trek, but it kind of freaked me out. Some of the storylines and stuff in there. I was a little kid, so. But when I was 7, Star Wars came out, and my mom took me to the theater here in Clarksville, Arkansas, which is just a little old theater. But that movie pretty much changed everything about me from that point on. Everything was a lightsaber. Everything was a laser gun.
Yes.
I fell in love with X-Wings and TIE fighters and all that. And as much as I love Star Trek on TV, man, Star Wars from that point forward, right up until the 90s, I was all about it, all about everything. and I am most definitely of the Sith nature, not Jedi.
We could have a whole debate just on Star Wars. Honestly, really could. And we may end up having to do that to get into a more delved in debate. Now we do have one more person who just joined in. He's rocking the most confusing army uniforms that I've ever seen. His hair's not in regs. I'm pretty sure I could get a ruler out on his mustache. But it is our one and only Groovy. How you doing, buddy?
What's going on, guys?
Oh, look at this.
Oh, brother.
What's wrong with my uniform?
Your hair is definitely not in regs.
It definitely is.
No, sir. Ain't no way that is in regs.
Combed, well-kempt, faded appearance, brother. Trust me, I know the red.
That mustache is questionable too.
You ain't gonna cut your hair, polish your boots anymore, man.
Apparently,
I miss the shine in the boots thing, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Marcel.
Dorito asked if anybody has ever read any of the Star Wars books. Yes, Dorito. I actually. So what's funny is Shade found a comprehensive list that has all the books from all the different authors in order. How it goes, like all the way through the Old Republic, all that crazy stuff. And so we have both been listening to that list as it goes. So I mean, we can get into like really old school ones that they've never made a video about. Like my favorite Sith of all time is Bane.
Darth Bane. That's a great book series. All three of those are phenomenal.
Amazing series. But I mean, the Emperor is kind of a pansy compared to some of those Sith. There's some good Sith.
Palpatine's just sneaky and very good at politics, as were the other ones were just Sith lords.
Yeah, I agree.
How bad I want to drink right now.
Oh, here, I'll do it for you.
Yeah, I got you, brother.
Nasty old CBS.
Yeah.
This nasty old Big Bad Baptiste
was the best series of the Legends. That was the best series because that's what came up with the rules of 2.
Yep. Well, it's not that came up with the rules of 2. He made the rule of 2 by killing all the other Sith.
Because the more Sith there were, the less powerful. So he started to kill Sith, and then the less there were, the more powerful he became.
Did you guys ever read the unofficial sequel to Star Wars when it came out? It was like Splinter of the Mind's Eye or something like that. It was before Empire Strikes Back. They didn't know if they were going to make a sequel, but there's an unofficial sequel. Well, it was official when they wrote it. It was canon when they wrote the book, and it came out in the 70s. Splinter of the Mind's Eye. It's about Luke and Leia and Vader. It's awesome, but they went with a different storyline. So
Luke and Leia and their incestuous love child. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong story.
Yes, wrong story there. So,
Hey, that's how the galaxy.
Saucy, I'm going to leave you for last because it sounds like you have an interesting take on some of this. So I'm very interested. Marcel, what is your opinion on the old Star Trek versus the old Star Wars?
I don't watch Star Trek. I'm sorry.
So you're a Star Wars fan.
Now, when we
Yes.
get to the new Star Trek with Chris Pine, she'll light us up on that one.
I agree. I believe that's a completely different case. Groovy, what about you, buddy? Old Star Trek, old Star Wars.
So if we're talking about the original Star Trek with Kirk and Spock,
TV series,
that was groundbreaking.
Yes.
TV, because we talk about politics stuff in TV. It was also the first interracial kiss that was on TV. Was Kirk. Not talking about different alien, just interracial kiss.
Yeah.
And, but I can tell you, I grew up on Star Wars. I didn't get really into Star Trek until the Next Generation started. So, but original Star Trek versus the original trilogy, I go with Star Wars just because it's made the biggest impact. Like, I still use Star Wars references to this day when I teach classes and stuff like that.
Agreed.
We talk about laser burns. We talk about, kind of like a Death Star. That's a bad laser burn. So
I do it at work too. When people are on the radio too much, I'll be like, cut the chatter. And we have a Rogue One and a Red 5 out there we call out. So
that's good.
But yes, I'm old Star Wars.
Yeah.
Absolutely. B Lady, you probably would have some good talk on this one as well. I don't know if chat. Go ahead and put that in the comments. Old Star Wars versus old Star Trek. We're talking the TV series Star Trek with I can't do it, Captain. All that crap. Versus
726 432I.
Yeah, versus the old Star Wars, Death Star, Alderaan,
A New Hope.
Yeah, all that good stuff.
Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Not the prequels, not the new Disney.
It's the original Star Wars.
And a lot of people, like, I'm kind of controversial on the original trilogy because Return of the Jedi is my favorite of all of them. When Luke loses his shit,
You just like the
it was
fucking
almost as good
Ewoks,
as
they
the
remind you of yourself.
Mandalorian. Everybody likes Empire Strikes Back. Empire Strikes Back was cool, but when Luke finally lost his shit, I'd been waiting for from the time I was a little kid till I think that came out in '83. I was 11. I was like, oh my God, Luke has finally lost his shit, and that's what we've been waiting to see. So,
That's pretty much what happened.
So if you were 11, that was when you saw Leia in the slave outfit. That's why you liked it.
that had a big impact too.
I feel like that had a big impact on every kid. It doesn't matter what age you saw that at. Hell, it still has a big impact on me.
For you old Trekkies, though, I do got a special. Look at that. Look at that old comic book right there.
Oh wow!
I did love me some old original series though, OG Trek. And there's the man right there.
Spock. Yeah.
This comic book came out. It was 15 cents. Trying to find the date on it. 1969. This is older than I am.
Wow.
Wow.
Cool.
For me, I would have to go old Star Wars as well. The old Star Trek, I could never get in, and it was more of a mockery by the time that I came around. Because I'm a '90s kid. And like the original Star Trek was what, 70s, early 80s?
60s.
It was 60s? Is that old?
Yeah,
Star Trek?
Jesus.
60s into early 70s.
Yeah, that comic book's from 1969. And that.
Jesus. Yeah, it's been around. Thank you, B-Lady. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it. But so Star Wars is really what I kind of grew up with. And I mean, once the lightsaber thing happened, that's all any roll of the big paper towel rolls, any of that, that's all it ever became. The story was
made awesome lightsabers.
Christmas wrapping paper always became a lightsaber.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. Every single time. and you always were playing Force Choke with your friends, and all that, and you wanted to be Darth Vader for Halloween. You know,
I
it's
want to
just
do that with my soldiers sometimes. I just want.
yeah, absolutely.
Some of them play along though. Some of them will actually sit there and act like they're choking, so it makes my day.
So, Marcel, since you don't really care about the old Star Trek, what is your favorite old Star Wars movie? The original Star Wars movies.
I liked them all. I really don't have a favorite.
Okay.
You're gonna find it hard to drag an opinion out of him.
Apparently, yeah. Like you're making this difficult on me, Marcel. You need to drink some more, so you just get vocal and start like cussing at
I
us.
just started. I'm starting to get my buzz on. So.
I will tell you this: she doesn't just watch one of them. When she sits down to watch Star Wars, like she'll watch like all 9 of them in a row. She'll spend the whole day
so
watching.
If we're talking about the original Star Wars, there is one vehicle in that trilogy that changed everything for me, and that's the AT-AT, the AT-AT, the 4-legged robot, like on Han.
So,
Empire.
Yes, that was absolutely amazing. My problem is that it is called the AT-AT. I don't give a crap that the director came out and said that it's the AT-AT. I wanted to punch him in the face for that.
It's an AT-AT.
No,
hey,
but
it's an
AT-ST, the 2-legged one.
My favorite ship.
AT-AT.
I love X-wings, but my favorite ship is the A-wing, and then the Y-wing, and then the X-wing.
The A-wings were
The
pretty cool.
A-wings
I'm more a fan of the Sith ones, the Empire ones, the
TIE Fighter.
TIE Fighters. Yes, the TIE Fighters were just too badass.
What does TIE stand for?
Twin ion engine.
Twin ion engines.
Saucy, you're being quiet over there. Let's get your opinion.
It ends up that Saucy's just not as big a nerd as I am. It's okay.
Yeah, no. To be honest, I've never really sat down and watched the Star Wars movie. So
those are all Star Wars Hot Wheels up there.
My dad we used to sit down and watch Star Trek all the time. If I was going to pick between the two, I would say Star Wars. My wife would probably be the one sitting down. She's a huge Star Wars fan. I mean, it was pretty iconic as a child.
Sit down and talk.
I know. Well, she just got home from work. She's eating. She might take my place here in a little bit.
There you go.
I can't knock
place,
down my whole stack. That's the canteen.
Right.
That's Han Solo and Greedo. And this one here is the big Darth Vader in his little tank. You know, when you finally see him revealed and Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
And then I've just got a ton of Hot Wheels up here.
All the Star Wars Hot Wheels.
In my old house, I've got these giant X-wings and Millennium Falcons and stuff. I've just never brought them out of my old shed. But yeah, these little Hot Wheels. There's yours, Mike.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. These are getting hard to find.
Yeah,
that's one of the new styles. There, it's not as good as the old ones.
Yeah. So I don't know, do you like building models?
Oh yeah.
Have you heard of Metal Earth?
Is that the ones you fold up, or is that?
Yeah, they're basically sheets of metal that you have to clip out and then bend the tabs together to put them together. I put together a Millennium Falcon, one of those. It's one of my favorite ones that I've done. It's awesome. Absolutely
so if you do the Metal Earth, though, you got to make sure to buy like 3 or 4 of them because you will break it and you will snap it.
Yeah.
Yes, I have a Deadpool. I have a Deadpool one up there that I still haven't finished. It's a full body Deadpool.
George Lucas wanted to do Flash Gordon, but because he couldn't get funding for Flash Gordon, he just wrote his own movie, and that became Star Wars. So that's how Star Wars came to be. He wanted to do Flash Gordon.
That's
all right, guys. I love y'all. I'll be back in a little bit. I got some more to
all right,
and I will come back.
No worries, brother. No worries. Love you, brother. Hey, there he goes. I think part of what made Star Wars so good was the soundtrack, because I don't think Star Trek could ever compete with that. Yeah, there's nothing. I mean, people still use the whole Empire soundtrack as ringtones for their mother, or their mother-in-law. I know I do.
Going back to the original Star Trek, though, the Star Trek, the original motion picture, when that came out,
Yes,
it came out before Empire, in between Star Wars and
Yes.
Empire, and where I think, and nowadays I really love the movie, but where I think they kind of screwed the pooch on that is that movie was not for kids at all.
Yeah.
Like the ending of that and everything was so confusing and freaked everybody out, and I think they went a little heavy on the story, and they needed a little bit more Wrath of Khan. Now, Wrath of Khan, Star Trek, that's one of my top 5 movies of all time. That is awesome.
Khan is a great bad guy.
Yeah.
Great bad guy. Cindy, that is absolutely right. A stormtrooper and a red shirt get into a fight. Stormtrooper misses every shot, and the red shirt dies anyway. Yep, that's pretty accurate right there. They both have their hiccups. They both have their fallacies for sure. They both have their things you can definitely poke fun of.
Yeah.
But they're highly entertaining.
Yeah. Like Star Trek, phasers were cool. The Enterprise was cool. The Klingons were cool. The Romulans are my favorite race in Star Trek. I love the Romulans because they're just evil bastards. Yeah, they're just like, you don't know where the Romulans are coming from. You can never trust them. That's why I like them. But I will say Star Wars absolutely 100% changed me as a kid. I fell in love with the whole universe from the very first opening scenes of that movie.
Awesome.
B Lady said the Star Wars remake starring Chris Pine.
Star Trek.
You're talking about the Star Trek. Yeah, and that's because they made it a ode to the 80s and early 90s with the soundtrack that they had going there. I mean, he's listening to freaking Beastie Boys. All right. That's a great soundtrack. But as far as like original scores and stuff like that, you're not going to beat the original Star Wars.
So I think the only next fair comparison we can do would be to put like the Next Generation up against the prequels. And I know the Next Generation was 10 years before the prequels, but I think that's kind of the next generation of both of these series, But Star Trek Next Generation against the prequels.
The prequels, I would agree, and I would have to say that for me, Star Trek wins that.
Yeah, me too.
Almost hands
down. The saving grace of all the prequels was Phantom Menace, the lightsaber duel at the end with Darth Maul.
The dual-headed lightsaber.
The duel of the fates. Yeah. That was the saving grace. I walked out of the theater feeling good about that movie at the time, just from that lightsaber battle. And the pod racing was pretty cool and all that. But then after that fell apart, man, in a bad way.
It did. Absolutely.
Next Generation actually influenced me into getting into this game called Starfleet Command. And it's like D&D, but for Star Trek, right? So the rule was you had to go and buy the pewter ship. Like you couldn't have it in your fleet if you didn't go buy and paint the pewter ship to actually have on the map. So we were spending like all of our tip money and stuff. We were all bus boys buying these pewter ships. So, and of course, I'm rocking the Romulans. Yeah.
Good old tabletop games, man. I miss them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I feel like Star Trek had a good run of those type. They've never had a good video game, in my opinion. Star Trek has never had a good video game. Star Wars has had several.
Star Trek had one called Starfleet Command that was pretty good, and because it was pretty much based on the board game I used to play, and I think that's really the only reason it really connected with me. I'm more fascinated with the ships and the tech of Star Trek, with all the different races and how their ships are different from each other. That's my fascination with Star Trek, especially in that new generation era.
That's a good point.
B Lady, I completely disagree with you. You said there will never be a character like Spock. Yoda. Yoda is by far way better than Spock ever was.
This may be blasphemy on my part, Micah, but I kind of dig Spock as a character.
Spock is a great character. He's probably one of the best ones in the entire Star Trek thing. Him and Captain Kirk, and I'm a big fan of Doc because Doc was just funny.
Yoda and his Jedi bull crap. That's what I didn't.
Well, I agree there, but Yoda just has such charisma that Yoda was just the shit. Yoda
Well,
was
and that's the thing. It was cool seeing Yoda fight Palpatine in the prequels, but it just like the technology just wasn't quite there yet. You know what I mean? It's like I didn't really.
it was
believe I
better.
watching-
It was
yeah.
better than anything Star Trek was doing.
Did you notice the ETs from ET, the extraterrestrial? They were in the Senate. Did anybody know that?
Mm-mm.
You go back and watch those scenes, you can actually see ET from the extraterrestrial. He's in the Senate. He's one. They got a seat there.
Go to bed.
Hey, boy. No, she's not bored. Marcel.
What?
Everybody said you look bored.
No, I'm not.
We're coming into the prequels here. Did you watch any of the Star Trek movies?
Yes.
What'd you think?
I just like one character,
Who?
Chris Pine.
No, we ain't got to the new one
We
yet.
ain't got to those yet. We're talking about the ones. These are the ones with Picard.
No,
Yeah,
I don't.
that's what
Like
we're
I said,
getting
I
into.
don't watch any Star Trek. I've
She
never
did
watched
like,
any of them. I had no interest in whatsoever.
They're kind of boring, aren't they? It's so much talking. So much talking.
I'm
But I
gonna
feel
have
like
to check 'em out
Wrath of Khan
this
was the
week.
best.
For sure.
That's why Wrath of Khan was so good because it ended in a big spaceship battle. Yeah, that's what
I
you
agree.
wanted. Yeah.
Yeah. Wrath of Khan was great because of that reason. You're absolutely right.
Very tactical, very well matched spaceship battle. That's what you wanted to see.
Yeah. And Picard, I feel like Picard probably was the best Star Trek captain.
I
For
think
me,
what they did with Picard and who was number one? What was his name?
uh,
I think what they did was they took Kirk and split him into two people, and that's it. Yeah. So I mean, 'cause there could only be one Kirk, so you got the tactical, super good captain in Picard, and you got Jonathan Frakes over here as I don't remember what his name was.
yeah.
Kind of the ladies' man with the little swooped up hair and all that stuff.
Yeah. I have let's interject some comedy here really quick. Let me share the screen. Share. That's this comes from which is nerdier, Star Wars or Star Trek? From I believe this is College Humor.
Captain, we're caught in some kind of tractor beam.
I sense a presence I've not felt in a long time. Nerd!
You again. We're not nerds. If we're nerds, you're nerds.
Yeah, right. I'm a Sith Lord, and you're a bald guy in pajamas. Can you
No, because that doesn't make any sense. If people can do that, why does anyone have a gun?
Oh, because you have to have the reflexes of a Force Master?
Oh, so you have to be magic. That's dumb.
Oh, okay, the Force is dumb, but you beaming people all over the place isn't.
It's science. We convert a person or object into an energy pattern through a process called demon.
Oh, there you go. Half your dialogue is bullshit pseudoscience.
We don't do that.
Sir, we cannot compensate for the gravimetric interference.
Not now, shorty.
Oh, you're looking in science class, but I'm getting dumber.
You want to talk about pseudoscience? Midichlorians, then.
That doesn't count.
How about politics? The Galactic Senate, then.
Doesn't count either.
Oh, great. So tell me, what does count as Star Wars?
The Clone Wars cartoon and the original 3 movies. Except the Ewoks. They're done.
No, the Ewoks are awesome.
Yeah, hilarious. Almost as hilarious as Star Trek 5.
We don't speak of the odd numbers movies.
That's weird, because it seems like all you do is talk.
Your simple shoot-'em-up mind just can't handle these complex, nuanced issues.
Boring. Oh, yeah. Stuff is so nuanced. Be nice to Data and don't be racist to aliens. There, I solved Star Trek.
It's far more intelligent than your light side nonsense. Star Wars is like philosophy for children.
Yeah, sorry. We have to, move the plot along and have some action.
Star Trek has plenty of
Captain, will you be attending my poetry reading later?
God, Data. Seriously.
The only strong Star Trek character gets his ass kicked all the time.
Enough! I won't sit here any longer and be insulted. Ah!
Oh man, the Force rules. Oh, warp sucks so bad.
Yes. Lord Vader, but I'm afraid while you were prattling on, we were collecting valuable information about your space station and have detected a weakness. Target the exhaust port. 5 proton torpedoes.
Proton torpedoes? What are those, like weak-ass proton torpedoes? Your special effects are lame.
That's the point.
Damn, we're from College Humor. If you like that video, click here to subscribe and click here.
Oh, they're freaking hilarious. I love College Humor. But they're not wrong. Like, Star Trek was for the nerdy guys. Star Wars was for the action space guys.
George Lucas always likes to act like he had this whole, like, I know he had a lot of manuscript. He had a lot of stuff wrote down. But he likes to act like he had all this planned out. He didn't. You can tell it was evolving as it went, you know.
Yes, it absolutely did. I feel like that for the first movie, he had to have a lot of it planned out.
If you look at the original artwork for C-3PO, it looks like he's got a giant penis in front of him. I don't know.
I've never seen that.
So Topps had these trading cards in the 70s, Star Wars cards, and I had the whole set. And the guy who did the artwork for C-3PO actually put the penis in there. He slipped it in there and nobody noticed it. And so those are very much collector's items right now.
Golly.
I'm actually looking up to see if I can find the. Oh my God, he did.
Yeah, impressive too, right?
Wow, 1970s concepts art for C-3PO and R2-D2.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like the concept art for Vader. That was really cool looking.
There he is, right there, ladies and gentlemen.
I've got a Star Wars calendar hanging up, and there's one of those concept arts in there. And I said, "Hey, Marcel, look at this." She's like, "I never noticed that before." She's like, "Oh my God."
That's funny. There's no artwork for. Let me see, Darth Vader. Darth Vader. So, Groovy brought this up earlier, but people were surprised that Vader was actually Luke's dad when Vader is German for father.
Well,
I'm sorry, but this was made for an American audience, and not everybody speaks German. Nobody gave a crap.
it was very shocking when I was a kid. When the Empire came out, you found that out. Very shocking. And then in Jedi, when you find out Leia's his sister, the first thing everybody's thinking is like, "Ooh, that's nasty." But
yeah, because because of the kiss that they shared.
Yeah, they must be from the planet Arkansas.
That's funny.
Now, someday we'll just have to go full geek nerd on sci-fi stuff and get Marcel talking about Back to the Future. But that's for a different show. That's her jam right there.
Yes.
B-Lady, the vast majority of Americans, especially in the 70s, didn't speak freaking German or have access to find out that Vader meant father.
Hell, I am German. I didn't know it. My last name is Arbaugh.
Oh, man. So B-Lady saying, where was it? So other than Vader and the robots, Star Trek is top. I completely disagree. I mean, Luke was actually pretty cool. Anakin was trash. Obi-Wan was awesome. Han Solo is the coolest, and he freaking shot first.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah. That they should have never messed with that.
They should have. Chewie is probably one of the most lovable characters ever, who can rip your arms off.
The bounty hunters. The bounty hunters in Empire, when they brought the bounty hunters in, that's the birth of Boba Fett and all that stuff.
Yes.
You had Bosk, you had all these bounty hunters. They actually had the robot from Mandalorian. You'd think I know what the number is for it. In the Mandalorian, the one that goes through the town shooting everything, they had one of those in there too. So it's really a callback. Boba Fett, the coolest character in the trilogy, I think, the original trilogy.
I would disagree with that. Boba Fett was kind of a bitch. Jango, though, is a badass.
Did you watch The Mandalorian yet?
I did, yes. I like Boba in it. I do. I feel like The Mandalorian is probably one of the best Star Wars things to come out, probably since the originals.
By far and away, yeah. When we get to the new stuff, that's my only ace in the hole, because I like the Disney Star Wars. I agree, they could be so much better. They were hobbled together, just last minute. Seemed like they were just trying to make it work, trying to make it fit. I actually enjoyed The Last Jedi more than I enjoyed any of the other ones, because it was different. Just because it was different, but The Mandalorian has definitely saved Star Wars in my eyes for Disney.
Completely agree. So what would you consider that second iteration for Star Trek? It would be the movies where it'd be, and it would be
generation, probably all the way up to
Voyager. Okay. Yeah. It's just Marcel says I love Back to the Future.
I think
we'll have to have a
I'm
debate.
talking to the bee lady.
We'll have to have a debate about time travel movies at some point.
So here's the big debate, because both the new Star Trek and the new Star Wars are both guided by J.J. Abrams.
And he did good on one and shitty on another.
So I will. These are my highlights of the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies. Is at the end of the first J.J. Abrams Star Trek movie, when the Enterprise cuts loose and just like they fire everything. And for whatever reason, that scene of the Enterprise just going ape shit just blew me away. I loved it. And then on in what was it, Into the Darkness or whatever, the one with Khan, it was their Wrath of Khan.
Yes.
The fight scene between Khan and Spock. That was a huge highlight.
Oh
yeah. Like Spock was in beast mode. That's what I've been waiting to see Spock do my whole life. So very cool.
And I like that Spock is the one who yelled Khan instead of.
Yeah, they switched it up.
What I think they did good with the new Star Trek movies was they changed the story while explaining why they changed the story.
Yeah. I did like the split universe thing.
I felt like that was the best way that you could do that. You could make Star Trek way more entertaining, but not piss off your fans of old.
And Zoe Saldana's in it. Come on.
Yeah, but Marcel, now you can chime in because we're talking about your new Star Trek.
Chris
movie.
Pine. It had Chris Hemsworth as his dad.
It had all sorts of great stuff. It was a really good movie, especially the first one. It was amazing. Absolutely.
I like the second one too. What was the bad guy's name?
Khan.
I don't know.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yes, I like him also.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Think about how many Marvel stars are in those movies. It's pretty crazy.
Oh yeah. Tons of them. Absolutely, tons of them. The third one I didn't care for as much.
Yeah, Beyond what was it called? I don't even remember. I mean, it was okay, but it kind of got. They were definitely jumping the shark at the end,
Yeah, that to me that one just felt more of like a money grab.
Who was the guy? The guy from Shaun of the Dead, the one that played Scotty. What is his name?
Oh, he's hilarious. I love him. What is his name?
I cannot believe I can't think of his name. I always lock up when I get on these panels.
Yeah, right, Jimmy. You just need to drink a little more.
I will. Yes, ma'am.
Simon Pegg. Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg, yeah. Simon Pegg as Scotty. That's another highlight for me. I thought that was perfect. Yeah.
I love the way they tied that all in to get like the original cast type idea where you had everybody, and like he had an accident and he was stationed basically in like Antarctica type situation. Yeah. That was hilarious.
Oh, and you can't dismiss Carl Urban either, man. He was awesome in that as Bone.
Oh yeah, he was great as
Carl
Bone.
Urban was awesome. I thought he did really good.
Yes, absolutely. Loki says the best part of Star Wars was Spaceballs. I completely disagree, but Spaceballs was pretty awesome. And you've made it whenever they make a parody. I don't think they've ever made a parody of Star Trek because it ain't good enough to make one.
I'm going to tell you, when Spaceballs come out, I hated it. And I love all of Mel Brooks' movies.
I love Mel Brooks.
I just I don't know, Spaceballs almost pissed me off. It felt like he was making fun of me.
Wow.
I was like, fuck you, Mel Brooks. It's cool.
We could have a conversation.
Now I go back and watch it. It's funny. But when that first came out, I was like, fuck you, Mel.
Yeah, fuck you, Mel Brooks. That just reminds me of the scene from Robin Hood Men in Tights, where the opening credits where they're shooting all the flaming arrows. Fuck you, Mel Brooks.
Yeah. That's right.
Groovy says I've seen a porn parody of both. That's fair. So have I.
A porn parody of everything by now. Okay, I'm getting into my deliverance now. I'm done with the Marshall Dale. Yeah. This is really good. I really wasn't expecting a lot from this beer, but it actually is really good. I got one saved back for you, Saucy, because I know you'd be all about this.
That's right up my alley.
This is the
Marshall Dale, who are you messaging? Cindy? Is Cindy in the chat messaging you, sending you shit? Yeah. Yep. Busted.
Probably.
Busted.
Hey, never mind.
Share with the class.
Cindy.
If it's Cindy, don't share it up here. You'll get this took down.
Yeah, I'm sure.
He's gonna be showing you some porn parodies, I'm sure.
I plead the fifth.
Belay says, in fact, I love Star Trek Picard instead of Discovery. I don't know enough about Star Trek. I am a Star Wars fan. I'm a Star Wars fan, almost pretty much through and through, but I do like the new movies of Star Trek better than the new movies of Star Wars. 100%.
I don't remember which Star Trek it was where they had the crossover where Kirk and Picard were in the same movie. Where the Nexus had Whoopi Goldberg, and they were like really stretching everything. And Malcolm McDowell was the bad guy, and so it should have just been awesome. But again, it was just kind of like like they're just forcing it to happen at that point,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Lazy Nate, you did bring up a good point there. The Orville is a parody of Star Trek. I actually like the Orville. I think that's pretty funny.
Orville.
Family Guy.
The best parody of Star Wars that I've ever seen that I enjoyed the most of anything I've ever watched was Galaxy Quest, the Tim Allen movie.
Galaxy Quest was funny.
Galaxy Quest was fucking awesome. I love that movie.
Galaxy Quest was a great movie.
Or Alan Rickman.
Yeah.
He was hilarious in that.
You could even say Firefly was kind of a spinoff of Star Trek.
Was just a
Star Wars in a way.
Han Solo. Nathan Fillion.
Exactly. It was basically just it was Han Solo is all it was. Like that was the entire purpose of that. Marcel, are you about to be in trouble?
No, hold on.
Uh-oh. They both.
Yeah, Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah. Seth MacFarlane. Yes.
Good call, Nate.
He's hilarious.
Yeah, I do like the Orville.
Orville is a funny one.
Yeah.
What happened, Marcel?
Nothing. I'm on the verge of between a buzz and being drunk.
Nice. Already? Awesome.
Yes, this is my second drink. I put 2 shots in my orange juice.
Ah, very
Plus,
nice.
you just heard me screaming through the house. Woo! I gotta pee.
No.
Oh, that's funny. Spaceballs is not the best parody, Loki. I will say it's a funny one, but it's not the best one. If we're going for straight parody that tried to copy as much as it could but make fun of it, sure. But it's at that case that it's really the only parody. Although I love the we have guys out there combing the desert. Is y'all found anything yet? We ain't found shit.
Yeah, that was funny.
Never got into Spaceballs. What about you, Saucy? So you said that you have an opinion, but you said you've never seen any of the Star Wars movies or the Star Trek movie.
Neither one.
Mm.
Wow.
Neither one. Yeah, I used to watch the Star Trek shows with my dad back in the day. A long time ago, he liked that one. I've seen bits and pieces of the old Star Wars, but I've never seen none of the new ones.
Why?
So
Why this is
I'm lost. No, my wife asks me that all the time. So that's what we're going to do this weekend is catch up all of these.
Oh.
I'll tell you this.
A follow up. What you need to do is you need to do a stream of you watching them.
Yeah, just do a reaction. Yeah.
Do a live reaction because I mean that's like 24 hours right there. So 24 hours watching all the Star Wars movies. Just have a live reaction of the camera just on you type situation while you watch. Yeah. So everybody can see your immediate reactions. I think that would actually be a good
would be pretty cool. Yeah.
This is how much Star Wars me. Yeah, when Mandalorian, that season finale of season 2 of Mandalorian came out, and I don't want to spoil anything, but I feel like if you haven't watched it yet, then you're just too damn late. But when Luke fucking Skywalker shows up and just goes complete beast mode, like I have been waiting since I was 7 years old to see that.
Teresa Laguerra became a member of the channel.
Thank you, Teresa.
Thank you. You love me. You really love me.
Awesome.
Teresa.
But, I've been pretty much waiting my whole life to see that shit happen. And I've watched the saddest shit with Marcel, and I've never like teared up or anything. I always teared up when that damn Luke Skywalker scene happened. I was like, "Oh shit, is that
in the new movies where he finally kind of just unleashes everything?"
No, are you talking about? At the end of the Mandalorian, the season finale of Mandalorian, yeah. When that green lightsaber popped out, I about come unglued. I was like, "Oh my god,
this is awesome tonight."
Thank you, Jeeves. And thank you very much, Eileen. I appreciate you. Let's give you... Thank you, my baby. Thank you very much, Eileen.
You're going to have to get some Jason Momoa on here so you can make all that super chat money with this crowd.
Apparently, man.
Get Marcell's money for sure.
Hey, I work hard for mine.
Yeah.
King Francis, what's up, buddy? What's up, Micah, aka the best YouTuber? Hey, OG-san. Hey, Saucy. Love all. Elbow cough, which is actually a dab. I don't know why it's elbow cough.
I can't do a dab. Like my arms just won't do it. I'm sorry.
Short.
So I get hurt my shoulders and everything.
Somebody has an echo going.
Somebody got YouTube going. Is it Marcel?
Maybe Marcel.
What?
You got YouTube playing?
We're
It's
getting
not
like
me.
an immediate. I'm getting like an immediate echo. Hang on, I'm gonna find out. No, not Saucy. It is Marcel. It is Marcel. It's up right
I'll
there.
be right back.
Oh, it's Marcel. I'm just giving her crap. It's
So, Micah, how many movies is it that I need to catch up on, Star Wars related?
Star Wars, there's the 3 original, the 3 prequels, and then the 3 new ones. So total of 9. But then there is, I mean, there's so much in the Star Wars universe. Okay. So you have the 3 originals, which they've pretty much left alone. So you have the 3 originals, and before the 3 originals, you could actually do the 3 originals, then you have the 3 prequels. Between, if you want to watch them in chronological order, you need to watch Han, which is a standalone movie about Han Solo. Then you need to watch 1, 2, and then the entire animated series of the Clone Wars.
You got to watch Rogue One after Han.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, you got to watch Rogue. Oh no, Rogue One. Rogue One is between the third one and
Rogue One picked up exactly before New Hope, the very first Star Wars, the one that came out, the original. Picks up exactly before that one.
It's technically number 4. Technically,
it's actually it would be number 2. No, it'd be number 3 because New Hope is supposed to be episode 4 or whatever. But
exactly, that's what I'm talking about. So yeah, you have the 3 prequels. You would watch Han before the 3 prequels. Then you would watch 1, 2, the entire animated series. Then 3. Then Rogue One. Then 4, 5, 6. Then
you got the J.J. Abrams comes after those. So
yeah, it's all J.J. Abrams after that.
7, 8, 9 is J.J.
You go
Abrams.
7, 8, 9. Okay, so Han 1, 2, 3, Rogue One 5 through 9. Yeah, Lazy Nate has it right there. So really, there's
after Return of the Jedi, you can watch the Mandalorian series. It happens right after Return of the Jedi. So
yeah,
it's between Return of the Jedi and the J.J. Abrams stuff. Actually, I almost wish they would just wipe out the J.J. Abrams stuff. I mean, it's okay, it's cool. They should just wipe it out and start from the Mandalorian.
I agree. The Mandalorian was a great show.
Just admit they're pretty cool movies, but they don't quite fit.
Yeah, I definitely want to see that, but I want to catch up before
yeah, well, what makes the Mandalorian so good is because all the other J.J. Abrams stuff sucked, and it just everybody fell in love with Boba Fett from the originals, and I mean, he goes out like a bitch in the originals.
Yeah, he kind of does. He just gets fucking hit with a spear on accident.
Yeah, and falls into the Snarlack pit.
Hey, Saucy, how is that astronaut status? How are you liking that?
Pretty good. It's got a little bit of a bite, but it's pretty good. It's really, I like the vanilla. It's really sweet. It's got a real good mustache feel, which I hadn't heard tonight.
I almost want to say that was the original ones I tried. That was one of my favorites before I did a BCS.
Yeah, it says cinnamon. You don't get a whole lot of cinnamon. Maybe that's that bite I'm getting, but you do get the vanilla.
See, Todd was beating me up for not getting the cinnamon either. I was like, yeah, it's kind of there, but I'm not. It's not just overwhelmingly cinnamon. You know, it's more vanilla.
That's Todd. He's
Safina, are you late? No, we're still talking about it, and these tend to go for about 2-3 hours. So there's a lot that has to be talked about.
So I mean, we can just go with favorite scenes in any series, any genre, any what is the scene in either Star Trek or Star Wars that convinces you to either be a Star Trek or Star Wars fan? What is the thing that happened that convinced you that you were one or the other?
That's a good question, but we have a request from Groovy Lava Squirrel Medic.
Okay.
Very nice.
There you go, Groovy. Just for you, man. That was a fat rip. I was actually getting juice up in my mouth. Like I sucked it straight through my atomizer.
That short video I put out this morning or today.
Yeah.
I got a nicotine buzz. I had to take that thing about 5-6 times, and I was blowing them clouds. I was like, God, I can't do this no more.
Good old nicotine buzz right there. What are y'all vaping tonight?
I'm vaping Vapetasia Milk of the Poppy, which is a strawberry and cream and dragon fruit. Which I really hate
I'm
strawberry.
hitting the Ice Dragon. This is dragon fruit and mint.
Groovy, the only reason that I coughed was because I tried to re-inhale it out after I put it in the glass, and you know that's a pain. You coughed like a bitch too. Shut up.
Vaping does take a little bit to get used to. I mean,
it does. And I just started on Tuesday, guys, or actually Wednesday. Started on Wednesday. Got it yesterday, and I am heading. If this will focus on it, I don't know if it will. Focus. There it goes. Coastal Clouds, and this is Blood Orange Mango.
Nice. I got some Coastal Clouds Treleches or whatever it is. Caramel.
The Tres Leche?
Yeah.
Coastal
Clouds.
Man, it's probably one of the best flavors I've ever had.
Yeah, I got to try that. I'm sure my local shops got that one.
It's delicious, man. It's delicious.
So of the original Star Wars, the scene that changed everything for me was the trench run, the whole assault on the Death Star at the end. Like that was a perfect ending to that movie, you know. And if you go back and watch the old World War II movie called Dam Busters, that was actually what that whole scene was based on. Because I love those old World War II movies too. But that whole scene, like everything became an X-Wing fighter for me from that point forward. I drive my mom crazy. I'd be pulling every button and dial on the damn dashboard of the car, acting like I was shooting every road sign. And Star Trek for me was Wrath of Khan, the death scene.
This scene?
Oh, I remember that. I remember that.
You ever notice how dirty Darth Vader's goggles are in all of them?
Use the Force, Luke.
Put that shit up, Luke. Use your bitch Jedi.
John Williams, ladies and gentlemen.
You know why Luke's such a powerful character? He's like Spider-Man. He's just a fucked up teenage boy that fell into all this shit.
Yeah.
We all thought R2 did it right there. We were like, what the fuck? Look at them graphics.
You may file when ready. You may file when ready. The most pretentious British man ever.
He's got the amber vision goggles on. He's got good You're all clear, kid.
You're all clear, kid. Now let's blow this thing and go home.
If this is the new explosion. It is. That's a new one.
Yeah.
I love the trilogy so much. When they re-released it in theaters, we went back and watched them.
That was one in a million.
Remember,
He made almost as much money off of the re-release in the theaters as he did when they first released.
Yeah. And that scene is a great scene, especially to be the second movie.
Yeah. No, that was the first movie.
Was that the first movie? Oh, yeah, because they
that's
rebuilt it. It's the third one where they destroy it again.
People don't realize, too, like the second Death Star was like 10 times as big as that first one was.
Yeah. It was going to be like that. It was going to be like, what was it, Star Planet 1 or whatever it was, the one that they made for
Star Killer Base.
Star Killer Base. Yeah. That was absolutely amazing.
That's where J.J. Abrams just like blew his wad in the first whole movie. It's like, what the hell are you doing? Like it's the whole series in one damn movie.
Yeah. For me, what got me into the Star Wars movies was, I would say, the scene that got me into it was when Obi-Wan faces Vader.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
That scene. Versus.
Hey, Micah, look up the new version of that. The new version is fucking cool. If you've not seen the new, somebody did an update of that. It is like, oh yeah, let's watch the new
This
version.
is the reimagined. This is the reimagined. I think is what you're talking about.
Yeah. This is awesome. If you haven't seen this, I'm gonna shut up. Let's rock on.
How long is this one? It's only 6 minutes. Okay, cool.
That's no more. It's a space station. It's too big to be a space station. Very bad feeling about it.
Contact the tractor beam that's pulling us in.
Presence have not no teeth.
He says he's found the main controls to the power beam that's holding the ship
Go
here.
alone.
I want to go
Your
with you.
destiny lies along a different path. Force will be with you.
Obi-Wan is here. I must face him alone.
This is badass. If they'd have done this,
that just looks good. That just looks good.
This is like a PCS 20 right here.
Oh, this is animated CGI stuff.
Yeah, oh, this is badass. I love this.
Oh.
Oh, it's going down. Oh, this is so awesome. I watched this like 10,000 times.
Our long-awaited meeting has come at last. The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master.
Only a master of evil gods.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You can't win, Darth. If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
Then I will show you the true nature of the Force.
Are you safe? For the moment. We're in the main hangar across the ship.
Nice, come on.
Hey, Marcel, put down the football from the
Certainly has courage.
Good will do us if he gets himself killed. Come on.
There is no escape.
Damn.
I'm telling you, this is good, man. They should just invest this into the original.
Yeah, they restyled this after 1, 2, and 3 after the fighting they did there.
A lot of people don't know, but Obi-Wan was one of the best lightsaber duelists of all time. He purposely lost his fight just to get Luke on his way.
Well, yeah, he turns off the saber.
I mean, he already beat Anakin's ass once.
Dan?
Ooh. Look at that scene. Is that not smooth, Mike? Is that not fucking smooth? Damn.
I love you.
You will die.
Like, I'm gonna let you live this time, bitch.
Run, Luke, run.
Kenobi.
That was worth the watch right there, was it not?
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna tell you guys, like, Luke Skywalker is of the Jedi. He's my favorite Jedi, but Obi-Wan lost that fight on purpose.
Absolutely.
Just to send Luke on his way. Just to send Luke on his way. He could have killed Vader right then and there, but it would not have done any good. It would have not have stopped the Emperor. He would have just got Luke sooner.
So I was going to say what my favorite from the prequels, my favorite scene from the prequels is that in fight scene where we see Anakin go from trying to be a good guy to becoming Vader, and that whole dark series where he goes and kills all the younglings and then has that final battle with Groovy's here.
Hi,
brother.
What's up, Groovy?
Yep, I'm just in my car. I can come out here and vape.
Did you dig that? That whoever did that was awesome. That scene where Obi-Wan force pushes Vader, Vader's cape's all flowing behind him. He's like, stops. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was cool.
Severus
I've never
Snape.
seen that, man. That looked amazing.
Yeah. Oh, that is cool as shit. I don't know how many times I watched that shit when it came out.
That's amazing. Yeah, I really love that. Apparently, all the lightsaber duels in the live Star Wars action and the live action Star Wars are over 30 minutes long for all the lightsaber duels.
The Duel of the Fates with Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan versus Darth Maul is one of my favorite lightsaber duels of all time, and that was the only really saving grace of the entire prequels. That was.
Where they fight the Emperor? Where they fight the Emperors? Or
I don't know where they fight Darth Maul at the end of Phantom Menace.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Obi-Wan. Yeah,
I personally love the Emperor
battle. The Yoda lightsaber battle was awesome.
Yoda's lightsaber battle was pretty awesome. So here's the thing. This is the other thing they did. So the reason why they wanted to remaster this is because in the original series, the fighting was designed after it was whatever the hell they could do, right? There was no master swordsman at this time in the Star Wars history. Okay. In the prequels, there were master swordsman was a thing. Master lightsaber duelist, all of that. Qui-Gon was known to be one. So was what's his face? Motherfucker. Samuel L. Jackson's character.
Windu.
Mace Windu. Mace Windu was known to be one of the best lightsaber duelists that there was.
He
was a master. He's a master at it. No, if he was the best, he wouldn't have lost to the Emperor.
Have you guys? Have you? I don't know how long you've been hanging around YouTube, but have you seen the Dorkman versus whatever? I can't remember the other guy's name series. Came out in the early 2000s. It was all about lightsaber dueling. Dorkman versus I can't remember his name. They had that. They just do lightsaber battles, and it's fucking epic and awesome, man. It's
That's what they did with the prequels. The prequels, they actually wanted it to be so they went and got martial artists.
Yeah.
People who fought with bow staffs and all of that shit. And then whenever they went to the final three, they went to a more English style swordsmanship. They went to more medieval style. That's why you get a lot more hacking and slashing. You don't get a whole lot of dancing. Whereas with the prequels, those are some of the best duels because they had, I mean, it's an art. It really is. Beautiful art. And that's why you get some really cool fight scenes.
Well, the issue is, like, if you look at the prequels when they have their lightsaber battles, if you have an actual trained Jedi, which it wouldn't work for film, but they should be able to, in the lore, the sword masters, the Jedi masters, they were able to move a lightsaber so fast you would just see a steady arc beam, and you couldn't do that in film. Like the closest you would have was when you had General Grievous with the multiple lightsabers, and he was spinning it like a helicopter sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is the type of speed that an actual Jedi or a Sith would have at that time, because they did have force speed, which
I will say I thought General Grievous was the most Star Wars feeling character of all the prequels.
General Grievous was pretty badass. I liked him more in the animated series than I did in
series, yeah.
Now,
than I
that's
did.
where you guys got me because I didn't watch hardly any of the animated series.
Well, see, what's so great about the animated series is it actually tied beautifully into the Mandalorian. Because Darth Maul is in it.
Yeah.
After he gets cut in half.
And his brother, right? Well, I can't remember what his brother's name was, but yeah.
Yeah, and there were so many good ones in that. Vader has his first apprentice, all of that. That is all in there, and it's just sick, man. It really is.
If you've not kept up with the Star Wars comics either, like they did a whole series of Vader for Marvel, and they're really graphic and really hardcore. If you've not looked at those 2010s that Vader series, it's phenomenal. It's an awesome series.
See, I did not like the Clone War cartoon. I liked the other one with
Rebels.
Yeah, Rebels. I thought
Rebels
was a better show.
Rebels was good too. I agree. Rebels was better than Clone War
because they had to come up with actual characters. They weren't just playing off something that's already written. And yes, those characters were in the lore, but they're to flesh out their whole backstory. And I think they're going to bring the main character from Rebels into the Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Mandalorian ties right into Rebels. Like, I've gone back and researched it all. Like, I'm excited for Mandalorian season 3. It's going to be good. I don't know what they're going to do, but it's going to be good.
What's this RVD2? Oh, is that they were talking about?
Yeah, these are guys that they love lightsaber duels. And these lightsaber duels that they have produced way back in the early 2000s are phenomenal.
Okay, let's check them out.
All right, so while I was playing, the Mandalorian, when it has the chick that was the Mandalorian, took off her helmet and stuff that was held in with the prison thing, like she was in Rebels, and I think they would make a shit ton of money if Disney would do. And I hate Disney. I canceled my Disney Plus subscription because of Gina Carano because she's so sexy. But I think if they did like the Mandalorian Wars and like the Knights of Ren, I think that.
Ooh, the Knights of Ren! Oh.
So this is just pure lightsaber battle. There's no story. It's just modern shit. It's just a lightsaber duel. But these two kids produced this like on their own.
I wish that they would remake Highlander with lightsabers.
We got to think of a topic that can bring in like our sword and sandal kind of movies. Conan, Highlander.
Yo, going, it's knocking out my internet. So
Best fights. Best movie sword fights.
Oh. I got that one already. It's just two kids playing with special effects. They did a whole series. It just fucking.
That's cool.
Yeah. That guy right there is the one
I like that.
did it all. He's just like you, Micah. He's really in editing and effects.
Special effects. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. You can have a hell of a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, and he did this with like no money. Just.
Oh, what's going on with Groovy? He popped out.
But the inventive shit they do with these lightsaber duels is just super cool.
Yeah.
I actually think that because these videos came out long before the J.J. Abrams fights, I think that these guys actually influenced the J.J. Abrams movies.
They may have. This is that same style. It's not martial arts. Yeah. It's more technical with the blade.
Yeah. Just the tricks that they did with the blades, I think, really influenced the J.J. Abrams. I think these guys actually did have an effect on Star Wars.
Very well could have.
Huge compliment.
This is a long fight.
Oh yeah. It's just pure lightsaber dueling. I love this stuff.
It's really cool. So they actually have made the closest thing that we can to a real lightsaber with the current technology.
Yeah, I did see that. I saw that.
See that? Yeah, I'm gonna show that here in a minute. It's pretty freaking sick. It's not a plasma. It's not a plasma cutter. It's a proton. It's a proton saber, is what they call it.
Almost like a Ghostbuster lightsaber.
Literally, what it is. Yeah. Thing is stupid.
See, just the the inventive stuff these guys think of to do with a lightsaber is insane. And this is old YouTube stuff here. This is old.
Oh yeah. And this is them messing around in a warehouse somewhere.
Sorry, I keep dropping. My service sucks here.
No problem.
So, Micah, if they were to take any of the old books or the legends and did a new game or a movie or a series, what would you want them to do?
Okay, so they kind of have already done a game, okay? And they did a game that took place. Well, okay, they've done 3 games actually, because you have the Old Republic, the Old Republic 2, which basically kind of follow
RPG aspects ever. That got me.
Yes, I mean it's Bethesda. Bethesda is fucking amazing, and that got you that whole aspect of Revan.
Yeah, Revan
kind of follows the Revan. Yeah, that follows that Revan track, which I'm a huge fan of Revan. I am, and then you had the Knights of the Old Republic, which goes into a really dark history of time span.
So were you talking about the Old Republic? And
you have the Old Republic and then the Old Republic 2.
Okay, so the Old Republic is the MMORPG.
No,
Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 is
that's what I meant. Yes, you're right. You're right.
RPG where Revan.
Yes, that's what I meant. Knights of the Old Republic it was the first 2. Star Wars: The Old Republic is the MMO, which I am a huge fan of. I love that game. And that game really absorbed a lot of my money. I got to beta test it all the way through. I have a photo of me and Darth Malak. Because I went to the EA studios in Austin and tested it for them there.
We had the Stormtrooper troop that comes around all of our Comic Cons here.
501st.
Yeah.
501st. Yeah.
Next time we have a con explosion here, Micah, you got to come up here. We got to go with Sith Lord. Yeah,
fun. Be hella fun. But the oh, that's cool.
I think
that's
I
very
think the
Jedi,
Knights of the Old Republic. That's because they're coming out with the Mass Effect, the Legendary Edition, the remaster, which I think I can't wait to get that. But I think if they were to remaster Knights of the Old Republic, I would play that.
I have it on PC
so much again.
I have it on PC.
I have it on PC too, but I would like to see a remaster with upgraded graphics and stuff because even just to adjust it to the specs, because you have to play the small screen.
Yeah.
But I mean, in those games, like, there's no way you played light side, man. Dark side was just. I always played the dark side characters because it's always funner.
Well, the light side, you're so regulated and so strict.
You are.
It's like voting for Democrat, right, Groovy?
Always going to the dark side, man.
No options there, man.
I am the Republic.
But so what I loved about the Old Republic, the MMO, is that you got to go through all these stories that you hear about, but you never really get to see. Like after the books, after Knights of the Old Republic and the books, you don't know what the hell happens to Revan. Dude falls off the fucking earth.
Yeah,
in Star Wars: The Old Republic, the game, you meet Revan.
Marcia, they'll lean over
that whole thing
next to you and pick me out a beer.
There was a scene in The Mandalorian.
What?
And in the last Star Wars, that makes Revan canon.
I said just lean over in that box next to you and they'll pick me out a beer.
Revan is totally canon.
Well, he was out of canon when Disney did their all the legends. He was out of canon, but he came back in from the last movie in The Mandalorian.
Yes.
So
They just need
they
to
could actually make another movie or a series.
They need to do a series on Revan, and the reason being is because Revan is a legit gray Jedi. He's a gray Jedi. He goes light, he goes dark, and then he goes gray, and then he gets mind wiped.
I think if they did a movie trilogy on just the Revan story, like just you don't even have to write a script, man. It's already written for you. Knights of the Old Republic.
It is.
Make it a fucking movie.
Well, there's Knights of the Old Republic, but then there's also the books that's already written, and then there's the game that has the feeding on there. I don't know if we need to hear what they're doing.
But I would like to see a Knights of the Old Republic movie or series. I think a series, if Disney Plus did it right, as much as I hate Disney, if they did it right, I might come back and watch it. But if we're going to make a true good trilogy, I think they do need to make Darth Bane. They need to make a trilogy with that.
I want them to go back and explore the legends. Okay, I want them to go back to whenever there was thousands of Sith and thousands of Jedi. I want them to go to Darth Plagueis the Wise. I want them to go to Bane. Bane would be an amazing fucking series.
If they did the Path of Destruction, the Bane trilogy, they could have all of that with the multiple Sith, and then then it would tie directly in, because there's a lot of people that don't understand like where the rules of 2 came from and the Master and the Apprentice only, and having all the, because we always focus on the Jedi and light side characters. I would like to find something that actually focuses on the Sith and how it became around. But I think it might be too dark for Disney to actually do.
I don't think that's true, because I think what will end up happening is Disney's going to release their new Deadpool movie. It's going to be rated R. They're going to let it be rated R. They're going to see how popular it is and how much money they make of it. And then there's going to be, okay, we need to do this with Star Wars.
But
because
see,
there's a lot of...
It's Lucasfilm that won't do it that dark.
Yeah, they will.
The new Lucasfilm. If it was George Lucas, yes, he would do it. The new Lucasfilm will not.
You want to know why they will? Because they did Rogue One.
That was a horrible movie.
Rogue One was a dark-ass movie. That was a dark-ass movie.
Oh, drop my phone.
It was dark. It was dark. That whole movie was dark.
It was a horrible movie. It was like watching the movie Titanic. Guess what? At the end, the boat sinks. Guess what? They get the planes at the end. because otherwise
Hey, the Vader scene. The Vader scene
was amazing.
Yeah.
What I loved about Rogue One.
I want a movie that's not tied to the Skywalkers.
I agree.
That not everybody knows what's predestined to happen.
I agree. And Darth Vader would do that.
That's why I think Solo bombed, because everybody knew what was going to happen.
Yeah. Solo's going to win.
I think Rogue One, it was a horrible movie in my aspect because you knew exactly what was going to happen. There was nothing at stake.
That's true. You're right. There was nothing at stake in that movie because you already had the ones that came out after it. But if you watch that movie for just being a movie, it was very dark. Like there's no Sith, there's no Jedi in that fucking movie. There's no big Star Wars lightsaber battles, any of that other shit. It was focused on the ground troop type situation.
Just at the very end.
Really good.
And I know you call them AT-ATs, but the AT-ATs in Rogue One, the jungle AT-ATs, oh my God, those look so good. That was so good. When they come tearing through the damn beach there, oh man.
And I loved that Itman was in it. Itman was fucking badass.
Oh, he was funny too.
Sick. Yeah, he was great. Like that was it was you see that it was Titanic. I don't feel like it was Titanic. I feel like it was like a Band of Brothers almost. It was very Band of Brothers-esque.
The Rebel
Jimmy,
Corvette that ran into the Star Destroyer. Yep. Go ahead.
So we talk about politics and Star Wars. We're like, oh, that's mostly Star Trek, but Star Wars. If you listen to interviews and stuff with Lucas when he's talking about how the Empire and then like the First Republican stuff, he talks about how it correlates where they said it was like the big switch where like the First Order became the
Democrats
Empire.
and Republicans swapped.
Yeah, and it tied a lot into it. But he wasn't so ham-fisted with it. Where it's like, here, it's in your face.
Yeah. Unlike Star Trek, in my opinion, which is a socialist society that's bullshit.
I'm just saying Ham Solo for president. That's all I'm saying.
What's up, boy?
Emperor Palpatine was Hillary Clinton if she would have won the election. They kind of look the same.
Very similar.
Look, I'm going to tell you guys, Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, same fucking person. I didn't vote for either goddamn one of them.
No, I voted for Jorgensen.
Yep. I voted for whatever Johnson, the libertarian guy.
Yeah,
Gary Johnson.
Oh, during that time, yes, it was Gary Johnson. He was the New Mexico governor. Yeah,
but you can't.
He was hilarious.
The newest Star Wars game that came out with.
Battlefield. They've had a couple. Because they have the Battlefield, which is basically an online multiplayer game.
I don't like.
I also have. I got this specifically because of this game, and I will be playing it on stream probably this weekend. Yeah. I have the multiplayer flight simulator for Star Trek.
What is that new Star Wars game called? It's a starfight simulator. Yeah, it's all about starfighting. We got to get that.
Squadron.
Yes.
Yeah, I have it, and I have a joystick just for it.
I have it on Xbox. The story kind of sucks, but the flight is cool.
Yeah,
but there was another one where it was after Order 66, and it was like it was the open world one. It was kind of like Dark Souls, and it had the kid from like Shameless and the guy who played Joker in Gotham.
Are you talking about The Apprentice? Are you talking about like Vader's Apprentice? That one?
No, that was Force Unleashed. I'm talking about this one came out in 2020, and it was a phenomenal. It was not multiplayer. I can't remember the name of it, but like I beat it in like 3 days, man. It just sucked me in. And you were
Fallen Order.
That game was phenomenal, and I think because it tied everything into it, because they were looking for the holocron because it was right after Order 66, and the whole thing is you're looking for an object to keep the Sith from getting it because it has the name of everybody that's force sensitive in the universe. So you're trying to protect it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't go. Yeah. The Sith are going around or the Empire is in shambles, but they're still going around and like trying to get rid of all the force sensitive people. And that was a phenomenal game. If y'all have not played that game, that is a good Star Wars story.
Oh man, I like vaping like that. That is a good Star Wars story. You're absolutely right. But I love vaping like that, where you blow some in there, you drink, and then you exhale the rest.
It pairs really nice.
It does. It just feels really good. Yes, yes, William. We are grown men talking about Star Wars versus Star Trek, and you know what? We're actually all pretty much more Star Wars fans, so we've kind of focused on that the last like 40 minutes.
Okay, so Star Trek. What is your not? I'm talking about series. What's your favorite Star Trek series?
The newest one.
The newest one. Discovery.
No, like I'm talking about movies. I don't actually like any of the TV shows. I don't like any of them.
See, I think the TV shows were really successful for some purpose of they're a lot of times they have an overarching plot like in a season or over like 3 or 4 episodes, but it is episodic. So you can actually just watch it and get a full story. And especially how on certain episodes, like it focuses on one specific character. Everybody's always there, but you always have the story, the episodic stories of a specific character. And
yeah,
I'm saying when it comes to Star Trek with series, the Next Generation will always be the best series for me because that's what I grew up with. It is everything. Picard was a badass, Riker was a pimp, and Data was the greatest character in Star Trek ever.
Todd, I just sent you the link to Facebook if you want to come up, buddy. But good to see you, Todd.
So it goes Next Generation for me, and then it was Voyager with Captain Janeway because that's where 7 of 9, the Borg chick, came out. She was so sexy.
Yeah. I never really got into the TV. So B Lady says Next Generation. I never really got into.
I can't see chat, so hi everybody in chat if they said anything. But everybody, all these people like Deep Space Nine. I thought that was the most boring, besides Enterprise with Scott Bakula, which was the most boring series ever. I got through half a season. I'm like, fuck this show.
So my problem with Star Trek is they do so much fucking talking, and it's boring. It's just boring.
So you want the action?
I like the action. That's why Star Wars is king, man. It any talking in there is good talking, except for during the prequels. The prequels sucked.
And that's where I think that the Star Trek movies, I really
like better.
I like the ones, not the newer ones, not the J.J. Abrams ones, but the ones with Picard, like Nemesis and stuff like that. Those were good movies. J.J. Abrams, all of his are like the big scenes and stuff, and it lost a lot of the power of Star Trek because as much as people don't like talking, it's a story. You have to have that as context. Like
you do have to have those contexts, and I feel like he did a good job mixing that in there.
No, again, with J.J. Abrams, there was no consequence to anything. Kirk screwed up. Chris Pine screwed up. Got fired from being the captain. This was the second movie that Abrams did.
Yeah.
And then 5 minutes later, oh, you're the captain again. There's no consequences. It was all just, let's get these characters because everybody loves these characters. But the story fell flat. And I thought they did a horrible job with Khan. I thought.
Oh no! I thought Benedict Cumberbatch did a fucking amazing job. He was absolutely badass.
But I don't like
Khan great.
The story because like Star Trek, that was one of the big things. Like they would travel at like warp speed, light speed, and all that stuff, but it would still take days, weeks, and stuff to get places because you're talking about the entire span of the universe. Like
but you can't have that in a movie.
In the movies, it's like, oh, we got to get to this planet, and it's like on the other side of the quadrant because there's this bomb and stuff we got to go get or try to stop, and it's instantaneous. It takes away from the whole mythos of Star Trek because that's
what made Star Trek so fucking boring.
But Star Trek needs that space in between. Like when they're traveling somewhere, that is where you get all the exposition and stuff. That's when the discussions happen. That's where the character building comes. And the J.J. Abrams,
it's the filler episodes that are boring. Got it. Cool.
Besides Benedict Cumberbatch, whatever the fuck his name is, Chris Pine, nobody cared about any of the characters because they're there and it's like they're red shirts, man. They die or they're not in the movie. We're like, we don't care. They don't do character.
William, no, I'm not letting anybody like that up. This is kind of a set show. So no,
What
William.
happened?
Not gonna, William asked if he could come up. I said no. You can make your point in chat though. Completely fine with that. Type it out.
But I think
and
that's
Todd.
where J.J. Abrams fell short. He was more about the action sequences than actually telling a story that actually fits in with Star Trek lore or genre.
Yeah, okay. I enjoyed the Star Trek movies because they didn't do any of that crap. Okay, I don't like the filler episodes. I feel like it's kind of pointless. I get that in a TV show, it makes sense when you get heavily invested in those characters and all that other shit. But in a movie format, that doesn't work. And that's why the movies typically did better than the show for me. For those people who want
let's look at the new Star Wars, the Disney Star Wars. Again, they had Abrams come and do it. It had the same flaws. Nobody cared about any of those characters. There was no growth in the characters. Rey was the Mary Sue. She was all powerful from the very beginning to the very end. She picked up stuff in a day that it took Luke or any of these other, the strongest Jedi ever, years to master.
No, they were able to pass time better with Star Wars than they were in Star Trek. I'll totally give you that. But
dude, she picked up a lightsaber and fought Kylo Ren and beat him with the first time she picked up a lightsaber. That was ridiculous.
That's fair. That's fair. But Kylo Ren's also a whiny bitch.
She could shield her mind from like.
No, it's because she was a Palpatine. It's because she was a Palpatine.
But they didn't even know that was a story they put in at the last movie because they didn't know where the fuck they were going because they had so many different directors.
I know where to go.
Then her being a Palpatine is a fucking joke.
Later, William. Have a good night, buddy. I felt like it was a cop out. And I feel like the last movie sucked anyway, but you couldn't do that with Star Wars. Star Wars isn't a series. I feel like they did Mandalorian right as a series, but I mean, you know who the Mandalorians are. They already built that in.
It would have made more sense. It would have been made more sense if like she was like a illegitimate love child of like Han Solo in his scoundrel days because she had the natural flight ability and all this stuff. I mean, she jumped into the fucking Millennium Falcon and flew it off that planet, and she was able to do crazy shit that an experienced pilot had to do. It was just she was too overpowered, and this kind of goes into like the last week's episode with the heroes. She was Superman. She is.
That's why I don't like her. I don't like her. Don't get me wrong. I don't like her.
Those Star Wars movies, it ruined Star Wars for me because one, it just was a rehash of the original, especially the first one. It was a rehash of
It was the exact same fucking movie. Yeah.
With a gender swap and a bunch of PC bullshit.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't get me wrong, the cinematography.
Although I like Quill.
I love how it looks.
What's his face? I love. Is it Quill? Is that what he calls him? Or no, the black guy. I like the black stormtrooper. He was funny. I like him.
Finn.
I like Finn.
But again, what happened to Finn in the second movie? He was just kind of a side character. In the third movie, he was definitely a side character that like he was building up. He's like, and that's when he's like, I have something to tell you. And then they get sucked into the pit and he never told her. Like, I'm pretty sure he was going to say that he loved her or something, but just nothing happened. It was so discombobulated through that whole trilogy. If they would have had one person direct it, all three of them, instead of changing it up and then trying to not get spoilers out there and switching stories. But I can tell you, when it turned out she was a Palpatine, and then her and her mortal enemy, as much as people like, oh, they have a love interest, her and Kylo Ren kissing at the end, I'm like, come the fuck on. That's just pandering, man. It was horrible.
Yeah, I agree. The movies were not good. I agree with you. The movies were not good. I feel like there were some good aspects. Now, Lazy Nate does bring up a good point. To be a good pilot, most Force users are decent pilots.
Yeah, I understand. Like, especially if you look at the prequels, where it's like he has a high midichlorian count, that's why he's able to anticipate movement and stuff. But but he's able to do that because it's his pod racer. He didn't just jump into a random thing and just start flying it like crazy.
Yeah, it's fair.
Kind of like in Godzilla versus Kong, man. For some reason, that scientist could go into that HOAV and all of a sudden just know how to pilot and rearrange it so he can shock Kong's heart. And I'm like, what the fuck? He's never even seen it before. It takes you, it's the suspension of disbelief, man.
Those movies are based on the action. I completely, that's exactly what they're based for. I feel like the new movies, you make very good points, and I agree that they were trash. I don't think that those little things would have fixed them all. I liked Luke in the. I mean, Luke was able to fly a freaking TIE fighter out of nowhere. Okay, so you're making the same arguments that Luke was able to.
No, but he is. But if you look at the story,
he was not a pilot. He was not a pilot. No, he was not a pilot until he got off of Tatooine, and then in 30 minutes later, he's flying the freaking X-wing and blowing up the Death Star. Okay,
but
that doesn't.
I'm
that
about
doesn't
to
work.
tell you. Hold on, I'm telling you, because he is a good pilot, right? He has that force sense.
So was she.
Will you listen to me? But the problem is, in the books and the story and the lore, you have to understand when he has R2 in the back, majority of the piloting is done by the droid.
But okay, here you go. The freaking what you're saying is that it comes out in the lore and the story. When did the lore and story come out? After the movies?
No.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
The books.
Yes, it did.
The original books.
The books did not exist
That's why
before
they
the
started
movies.
with A New Hope. All the stuff was already written before they started filming Star Wars. Lucas already had the storyline and plan. The reason they started with A New Hope because they didn't have the technology to do the prequels. So he said, nobody's going to like it. So let me start here where the story picks up good and it focuses on Luke Skywalker. All the story was already made. All the lore was already there before the movie started.
So the first Star Wars book came out in
I'm not talking about the book. I'm talking about the lore of the universe that Lucas created before the movie.
And you don't think that the lore's backs up that she had that a droid was piloting that or whatever? It doesn't
have
matter.
A droid piloting it. It was all her. BB-8 was not controlling that, the Millennium Falcon or any of that stuff. It was her.
But yet Luke was still able to fly everything else too. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't work that way. You're talking about the lore, but then in the movie, Luke is sitting there with his hands on the fucking joystick. All right, so it's you can't have both. Is the problem that I have with it. Yeah, she's an amazing pilot because she's a Force user. Luke was an amazing pilot, even though he had never flown any fucking thing else.
Anakin could do pod racing because he had a high medical.
He had high midichlorian rate. Yeah, absolutely. He still crashed every time before that, but he still was able to do it, unlike any other human. So I mean, it's that continuity stuff doesn't bother me. That shit doesn't bother me. Fucking Star Wars. She is a badly written character in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways, she's a badly written character. The whole flight thing is minor, very minor to me, because practically in Star Wars, everybody can fucking fly something.
It is minor. It's just one of the things that added to it.
I don't give a shit about the flight shit. She was just a bad character overall because she was a bad actress. She had no visible range of emotion.
She was like period? Captain Marvel, just fucking plank face.
No, she was more like the chick that played the woman in Phantom of the Opera. Really good singer, but no emotion. Every happy, sad, scared, all of it was the exact same fucking face.
And the movie or the play? Michelle Brighton?
The movie.
Okay, I don't know who played it. I just know who actually does.
Trash.
She was married to Angela Weber for a long time.
Yeah, no, the movie. Trash. Absolutely trash. Phantom, great. Her, dog shit. She can sing. She can absolutely sing, but her acting skills are shit.
I'm just saying, Saucy, if you want to watch Star Wars or get caught up, if you watch the prequels, the trilogy, if you want to watch Solo or Rogue One again, if you
they're cool stories,
story
put
already,
it in there.
then you might enjoy them. But if
Yeah.
you've already watched the original trilogy, then you could pass over those. But I would say completely negate and don't even pay attention to the Disney trilogy because
They have
it's
no
horrible.
bearing. They have no bearing on anything.
And George Lucas wasn't even part of it. And George Lucas even hates the Disney trilogy. So
the Disney trilogies are trash.
I will
give that. I liked the ending of them, and I liked Luke's part in it. That's about it.
And
Luke's
she took
part in it was
Skywalker's
funny.
name at the end, and that pissed me off more than anything. She knows she's a Palpatine, but she's like, "I'm Rey Skywalker." And I'm like, "No, you're not, bitch."
Yeah, she's a Palpatine. Which that one never made sense to me either. I don't know how they're gonna feed that into the lore. Like, you want to talk about horribly written? Palpatine was the fucking emperor. He had been dead for God knows how long, and then this chick shows up. You know, like, and I get in the lore, Palpatine has kids, but they don't explain this at all in the movies. How many people are actually going to watch or read the fucking lore? There's not that many. There's some of us diehard fans who would understand it, but she still doesn't even fit in with the lore. I mean, it's possible with the lore,
They made
but it's not.
Palpatine too powerful in episode 3 just so they could say they brought Palpatine back. For him to shoot Force lightning in the air and shock all the ships and stuff, I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, he was
And
OP.
Who the fuck was manning those Star Destroyers that were under the ice? Who built those Star Destroyers? There was only Emperor Palpatine there. It was just a bunch of...
There was all the Sith too. The rebirth of the Sith.
There was... Each one of those was manned with about 10,000 people.
Oh, no, I know. I agree. But that's...
just badly written.
It was extremely
fan
badly written.
service that was a waste of time, and the story was convoluted, didn't make sense, and it was
I
just
agree.
like I finished watching it, and I remember I didn't pay to watch it. I surfed the high seas for that one, but I got done with it, and I was legit pissed off. Like, I walked around the house, and my wife was like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "Fuck!" And
Yeah, no, they
even,
fucked
like
it up.
my wife is not a big nerd like I am. She watched that, and when Rey and Kylo kissed in the end, she was like, "What the fuck just happened?" I'm like, I don't know. There was no chemistry between them whatsoever, but all of a sudden they started making out. And I was like,
And I didn't like Ren as the bad guy anyway. I hated Ren as the bad guy anyway. Because he just... the first movie, I felt he was on the exact same track as Anakin. Like Anakin was... and that I was able to buy. I'm like, okay, I like this. I like that his crystal and his lightsaber is broken. That's why it has the jets come out the side looking like a cross hilt. Cool. He's a moody fucking teen. I'm cool with this. Awesome. I can play with this because I've seen it happen. I didn't like Anakin on his track because he was a whiny, bitchy kid, and I felt like Kylo Ren was doing better. He was doing a better version of that. Basically like an overpowered teenager. I could buy into that really well. But whenever it just kept fucking continuing, and then all of a sudden in the third movie, he's still a moody teen, but he makes sense. It was fucked up.
So in the first one where they introduced Rey and everything, as I said, it was a rehash retelling. I saw it in theaters. I saw it multiple times in theaters. I thought the cinematography was excellent. I knew it was a rehash.
Oh, extreme! It was A New Hope, completely retold.
It was the whole first trilogy in one movie.
But when they brought Luke in, and they made him like they just demasculated him and made him a whiny little bitch, and like.
Well, Luke was always a whiny bitch. I mean, if we're gonna be honest about it, he really was.
He was until Return of the Jedi, where
whenever he became all calm and shit. Whenever he became all calm and shit.
All of a sudden, they bring him back. He's been on this island, and all of a sudden, he's like drinking fucking milk from a fucking alien tit,
getting
like,
drunk and shit.
Because Disney hates Luke Skywalker. They wanted to say the Force is female, so they had to downplay him and make him look like shit.
Yeah.
And
I would say Disney helped.
That is where the Disney trilogy officially died for me, when they made Luke a giant bitch. That's why in episode 3 in the Disney one, when he showed up and they had to make him look kind of badass at the end, where he like was there with the force projection, and he like dusted himself off. That's where it was from. So many people, they had so much backlash against what they did with Luke. They had to like bolster him up more and make him not be a little bitch because they ruined him.
So Disney redeemed themselves with Luke and the Mandalorian, though. For me,
that too, I agree. They redeemed themselves with Luke.
That's where Filoni
that was amazing.
Is pretty much revamping all of. He's pretty much done away with the Disney Star Wars when he brought Luke in at that point.
Yeah, I would say they just wipe out the J.J. Abrams bullshit Star Wars.
Oh shit,
and just
guys!
start
It's 10 o'clock. I gotta go. I gotta go do some checks. I will talk to you later. I won't be back on tonight. Love you guys.
No worries, brother. Love you, brother.
Have a good rest of the show. I will talk to y'all later.
Later, brother.
Hey, sorry I was gone. Marcia Dale's not used to this clouds and stout, so I had to help her out a little bit. She's all right.
She okay?
Yeah, she's good. She's good.
She feeling it?
Yeah. Probably 2 massive vodka drinks in a row like that probably wasn't a good idea, but she's good. She's all right.
Maybe not. Yeah. Hey, Todd, I see you in the chat there. I got in my package today, bro. Thank you very much. I am. This is going to be a good stream whenever I decide to break into those.
Hey, Todd. So far, I've had a CBS 2019, a Deliverance 2020, and a Metafamilias 2019.
I am. I just finished pouring the last bit of this into the glass, and it's the Big Bad Baptiste Imperial Stout. This stuff is good. I love it.
Can you imagine how many thousands of barrel-aged stouts are out there that we don't even know about?
I know, man.
Oh, man.
Son, so have you read the Star Wars books?
I've read a lot of them. I read the Splinter of the Mind's Eye, and then there's a couple after that were about Han and Leia's kids that were really good, where they were like, making hybrid
canon anymore.
fighter. Yeah.
Nah, those aren't canon anymore, but those are some good ones. One of my favorite authors actually wrote one. It's about Luke. His name is Kevin Hearn. And he is an amazing author. But he did one about Luke that I read that was really good. As far as the ones that are canon, by far my favorite is the Darth Bane series.
I'll tell you, as far as canon works go, the Vader series that Marvel put out a couple of years ago was very fucking good. Very good.
Well, Vader is such almost like an untouched character, in a lot of ways. And I feel like he deserves a good story. They could even do a whole series just on Vader. Like they did the whole series on Anakin and his path to becoming Vader. But they should do a whole series.
Terrified of Vader. Palpatine was terrified of Vader. He tried to kill him several times, but he couldn't because Vader's such a badass.
Yeah, absolutely.
He knew Vader was going to kill him.
Yeah, well, and that's where I feel like they should do like the Bane trilogy. They should do the Path of Destruction, which is what led up to the Rule of Two. It's what caused the Rule of Two. Because Bane had this crazy idea that there's too many fucking Sith. We're always fighting each other. We're always backstabbing each other. And he also discovered that every time that he killed another Sith, he became more powerful. And so his entire idea behind it was, I'm going to kill all the. I'm going to enforce that there can only be 2 Sith at a time: the Master and the Apprentice. And Yoda ends up saying it, so that's canon. You have that. Yoda says 2 there always are: Master and Apprentice.
So the ones we know Sidious had apprentices was Count Dooku, Darth Maul, and Darth Vader. That was his apprentice.
Yes.
I kind of did Count Dooku the most of all of them. What was it? Darth Tyrannus? Was that his name? No. What was I think it was Darth Tyrannus. Yeah.
Darth Tatus, possibly. I don't think it was Tyrannus.
I think it was Tyrannus.
Dooku's a cool story that they don't touch on at all.
Hey, Christopher Lee at 80 years old was doing death metal. That's the coolest fucking Sith. I mean, come on. Dude does death metal at 80. He's got 2 lightsabers. Yeah, he's a bad
Yeah.
one.
Hell yeah.
Dooku, I love Dooku. I love Count Dooku. I love Christopher Lee though. So
Yeah, Christopher Lee's pretty badass. What also I loved about Vader was Vader ended up having being a secret apprentice while he was still apprentice to Palpatine, which that's something that they should bring up in the Vader series. I mean, he ends up killing him, but it's a cool story.
well, like Darth Maul was all about power. Dooku was all about politics and being sneaky. Darth Vader was that perfect mix of both. He didn't he was okay at politics, but he just was all about the dark side and the
power. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was about he was a Bane-esque character.
Yeah.
He was a tank. He really was a tank, is what he was. He was just powerful. And typically oh yeah.
His suit purposely kept him in pain the entire time. Purposely kept him in immense pain the entire time he was alive, from the time of the Obi-Wan fight, just to keep his mind occupied with pain.
It makes him stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. That is a really I like the philosophies of the whole Sith Order with that through power I gain strength, through strength my chains are broken, you know.
Now, I was gone for a little bit, but did you guys? This has just become a Star Wars stream at this point.
Practically.
Have you guys talked about the difference between the lightsabers of the Jedi versus the lightsabers of the Sith? Do you know the difference?
Not. We could go for that.
So the lightsabers of the Jedi are based on natural forming crystals, and they merge their force powers with those crystals. That becomes their lightsaber. And depending on what color it is, depends on what kind of Jedi they are and what kind of force power they have.
Typically blue were knights, and green were
like the gold, the white, the black one is kind of different.
The black one's a made up one. Yeah. Well, the purple one's also made up. It was only purple because that's what Samuel L. Jackson wanted.
But the Sith forego all of that mumbo jumbo stuff, and they use synthetic crystals, and they just make the most powerful lightsabers because they can, and they're infused with dark side force. So
yes,
that's why they're all red.
Lightsaber crystals. Here we go. What are the colors? So blue crystals.
Mm-hmm.
You could actually get a whole bunch of different ones. You can get frost silver, light blue, medium blue with blue core, medium blue with black core, medium blue with cyan core, deep blue, cyan, and azure. The green were emerald green, green with black core and lime, yellow and orange crystals, yellow with black core, acid yellow, amber gold, orange and black core, orange and yellow core, fire orange and blood orange and bronze, fire orange, blood orange, bronze with yellow core. Then the red is very simple. It's red with black core, red with orange core, red. That's it. And then it gets all sorts of stupid ones. Imperial Knights add white ones.
That's
black
what's her name has from the Mandalorian. What's her name?
She has the dark saber.
Well, no, she's got white sabers. The one that's got two. What's her name? Oh my God!
Oh no, the one that I'm thinking about is the one that Mando ends up having. He has the one.
The Jedi he meets, the one from Rebels or whatever it is.
Yeah, that chick, the one that was actually Anakin's apprentice.
Yeah, she's got white sabers.
She has white sabers, yes. But the dark saber is the one that the Mandalorians have. That means that you can be the Mandalorian leader. It's a dark saber.
Have you ever thought about what your Sith name would be?
You know what? I wonder if there's a quiz. You know,
what would be your Sith? I don't think Saucy Shane would be a Sith. I think Shane's a straight up Jedi. He's too good and pure hearted.
Okay. Who raised? Oh wait, they're actually asking who raised Princess Leia. That was not Qui-Gon Jinn, not Yoda, not Obi-Wan Kenobi, Bal Organa. Bal Organa.
Yeah.
Name this character. That's Kylo Ren. Name this planet. It's the green one. Endor, Bebson, Tatooine. But I think it's Endor.
It's green. The moon of Endor.
Yeah. Which character said traveling through hyperspace ain't like dusting crops, boy? Han Solo.
That's Han Solo, yeah.
Name this character. That's Lando Calrissian. Which planet is Luke Skywalker from? Tatooine. Name this character.
Up here for clouds and stouts.
Right. Which character said, "Oh, my dear friend, how I have missed you"?
Oh, my dear friend, how I
Probably
missed you.
C3PO. Probably C3PO. Name this character. That's Princess Leia. Who trained Obi-Wan Kenobi? That'd be Qui-Gon Jinn. Name this planet. That looks like Nar Shaddaa, but they're only giving Yavin, Alderaan, Coruscant, or Bebson. It's probably
They got a lot of cities on it.
It's here.
Yeah. No, that's Coruscant.
Now Coruscant wasn't that dark. Coruscant was gold and beautiful.
It's got all the cities and stuff on it, though. I think.
Yeah, it was like a giant city. Yeah. Who is Yen Eros's father? What?
Oh man, I don't know. Jin was a cool ass character. Man, this is really revealing us as not being that big a Star Wars nerd.
I'll go with Saul Eros. Which character said, "Remember the Force will be with you always"? That was Obi-Wan Kenobi. Which group is Beckett affiliated with? Isn't he with the Hand or the Crimson Dawn?
I think it's a Crimson Dawn.
Crimson Dawn. Name that character. That is Yoda. Which rank does Haldo wear? I don't know their fucking ranks.
She is a general, I believe.
She's a commander.
Okay.
Commander. Or a vice admiral, possibly.
All I can see is a Untamed Heart or whatever the hell that old David Lynch movie was. I'm gonna see her.
What is this type of soldier called?
Stormtrooper, dude.
I would assume, but that's the new ones.
Yeah, that's a new Stormtrooper. It's still just a Stormtrooper.
Said, "No, I am your father." That's
Darth Vader. Yeah.
Name this droid. That's BB-8.
Yeah.
Name this planet. That's Tatooine.
Mm-hmm.
Where did Luke meet Yoda? He met him in the Dagobah system. Name this planet. That's is that Naboo? That could be Naboo.
No, that is the second one there. That's
Jakku?
from Rogue One, I believe. It's
Jakku
either
or
Naboo or the
right.
second. Yeah.
I think it's Naboo.
Okay, we'll go with that.
I'll go with Jakku. Which rank does Hux hold? He is
Admiral or General?
He may be a captain.
You're covering one of the answers, so I can't see the.
There's General, Lieutenant, Admiral, and Captain. I think he's
General. I believe he's General, but whatever.
Okay, I'll go with General. Which character said you can't stop the change any more than you can stop the sun from setting? I don't know that one. Maybe Skywalker, Anakin Skywalker, Luke Skywalker.
Oh, it's
Princess Leia.
No, it's his aunt, I believe. I think that's Shimmy Skywalker. Yeah.
Okay. See my results. Darth Severus. I'm cool with
that's
that.
a badass one, yeah.
That's a good name. I'm good with that name. Darth
Severus. Darth Severus Snake.
Yes, yeah.
Harry Potter.
And what's great about that is what I love about that is the photo is it's Revan. That's Revan. That is Revan. That fucking mask, I recognize that mask anywhere. That is fucking Revan. Love Revan.
Mm-hmm.
Groovy says he needs a name. Well, look up your freaking shit. I'm Darth Severus.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about the Jedi codes. The Jedi, the gray, the Jedi code, the Sith code, and the gray code. Does anybody know any of them?
At the very most, I would be a gray code.
Yes, I would agree. Lacey didn't get the same answer. The Sith code is peace is a lie. There's only passion. Through passion, I gain strength. Through strength, I gain power. Power, I gain victory. Through victory, my chains are broken. The Force shall set me free. That is a Type A personality fucking code right there. That is a take it all.
So I do believe that, and I know Lucas was pretty smart, and politics were different in the cities, but I do believe the Sith are based on Republicans and the Jedi are based on Democrats. But man, I don't, you guys all know how I am. I would say I'm a Sith.
What Lucas based all of this on was socialism versus capitalism.
Yep.
Now he went with the whole republic idea, but whenever we're talking about Jedi versus Sith type situations, that is socialism versus capitalism. The love of the self versus the love of the community. That is the Jedi is full of Marxist ideology through and through. They are portrayed as the good guy, but they are totally Marxist in so many ways.
So here's the thing: is everybody thinks they're the good guy. Everybody does. Nobody goes out into the world. Well, very few people go out into the world just to be evil. Everybody thinks they're the good guy. It's a matter of perspective.
Yeah, and I wish, you know what, I would love for them to do a retelling of the Star Wars movies from the Sith side.
Oh yeah. Oh, that would be fucking awesome. Just a Sith trilogy. Oh
yeah. I feel like it would be, or to do a really good, like doing the Bane series. There's hardly any Jedi in the Bane series. It's Bane fucking up all the Sith. Is what that series is.
Sith got their own turmoil for sure.
The stormtroopers were Nazis. That is absolutely true. You're absolutely right. And Groovy said they did that with the Vader series. If they did that in a movie series, that'd be pretty badass. Now the gray code is there is no dark side and nor a light side. There is only the Force. I will do what I must to keep the balance. There is no good without evil, but evil must not be allowed to flourish. There is passion, yet peace. There is serenity, yet emotions. There is chaos, but yet order. And the Jedi code is there is no emotion, there is only peace. There is no ignorance, there is knowledge. There is no passion, there is strength. There is no chaos, there is harmony. There is no death, there is the Force.
I'm not willing to give up my humanity to become a Jedi. I'm a fucking Sith.
Yeah, that's why I'm cool with the gray. You know, I love the gray. I'm not like completely and totally evil, you know, but I do love. That's why I like Revan. Revan was a great Jedi. He absolutely was.
I don't believe the Sith were totally evil. I think the Sith were just bringing order to the galaxy.
No, I think they were whenever it was the two. But whenever the Sith were the Sith, no, they were full of backstabbing. It was bad. It was really bad. They were like evil, but they were fucking fucked up people. But the Order 2 definitely got
all most evil Sith, all the deepest, most evil Sith were all former Jedi.
Oh yeah, well, except for Revan.
Yeah, Revan and Maul. Maul's like, fuck the Jedi. I'm a fucking Sith, and I'm.
Yeah,
I love Darth Maul. Darth Maul's fucking awesome.
Darth Maul's a badass. But yeah, I like the gray code because it's a good blend of both. It's look, this is how life is, you know. There's passion and peace. There's serenity yet emotion. And chaos in there.
Yeah, it's realistic.
It's duality. It's duality. It's duality of life, man. And what I love is like they have the Jedi symbol, the gray Jedi symbol, fucking everywhere in Star Wars. But for some reason, I don't know why they bring that shit.
So my little generator name is Darth Vorkish. I don't know what that means, but I'll take
Darth Vorkish. Okay.
Yeah. Orcish. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Fortish. I like that.
Nazis.
Oh, this one's cool.
The whole Stormtrooper idea was straight from the Nazi. Yep, you're right. That's where the whole Busters thing comes in. Yep.
If I could be anything, I would be a Mandalorian. Talk about the Mandalorian ideas in religion. You know what's funny about that? What I loved about that was the whole it coming back that he was part of a cult.
Mm-hmm.
That was funny. The Mandalorian lore is pretty badass. I would love to see a movie based on Malachor and what happened there and what Revan did. That would have to be part of the Revan movies because Revan's the one who destroyed that shit. And the Mandalorians respect Revan because of what he did. Like the Mandalorians would after the Mandalorian Wars, there's Mandalorians that sought out Revan to serve under him because of what he did.
So if I had to choose between Jedi and Sith, I'm definitely Sith. But honestly, that Mandalorian stuff sounds real good to me. Like, oh yeah, they don't like either one of them.
No, the Mandalorians are very about just being themselves. The Battle of Malachor, yeah. Whenever Revan destroyed the planet.
Yeah.
As a Jedi.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Jedi aren't pure.
Well, Revan wasn't. Revan was not at all. Revan was he was going dark. They knew he was going dark.
I have a hard time believing that Yoda and Mace Windu didn't directly pick up that Anakin was going dark because he was already such a little punk to begin with.
Well,
he's bitching about sand.
Yoda did. Yoda knew. He said that's why he told him that they wouldn't allow him to train him.
Mm-hmm.
But fucking Qui-Gon being who Qui-Gon is, he's a stubborn-headed asshole. Said, "Fuck you, I'm going to do it anyway."
I read
power to Obi-Wan to do it.
I read an article that said that Qui-Gon could have easily defeated Sidious had he lived. So I don't know what it is about Qui-Gon, and I think Darth Maul landed that lucky blow on Qui-Gon.
He did. Well, Darth Maul was a master swordsman. He really didn't have anything else going for him. His force strength was not all that great, but his saber ability was by far one of the best. But he wasn't that good of a force user.
And that just to let you guys know how good Obi-Wan really was, because even as a Padawan, he beat Darth Maul.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that whole exchange was luck, and whenever you're facing somebody that is that good, there's going to be a lot of luck because Qui-Gon was a fucking amazing swordsman, but he lost.
There was a reason that was called Duel of the Fates. That was all about fate. Yeah,
that was who's going to come out. That was they were evenly matched in a lot of fucking ways. Qui-Gon was able to stand up against Darth Maul, but then he lost to Darth Maul. But then Obi-Wan, who had been getting his ass kicked left and right by Darth Maul, then beats Darth Maul. Like
I had so much hope for that trilogy when Darth Maul appeared. I was like, "Oh, this is going to be so badass!" And then the Clone Wars come out, and it looked like a fucking cartoon. I was so disappointed with the Clone Wars. I was so disappointed with that movie.
What I was disappointed with the Clone Wars was Anakin.
Yeah, well, and they're just trying to force everything to fit. I hate that shit.
Yeah, and I feel like they went too moody teen on Anakin. Whenever that didn't fit the lore, Anakin wasn't a moody teen. He was conflicted, sure, but a moody teen didn't fit him. He just felt like a whiny bitch the entire time. And I mean, him going to the dark side for the whole vision that he had, yes, that was the best acting that he did was in the third one. I will 100% give him that. But the second movie was trash.
There you go, lazy Nate. No, Obi-Wan is he is a, like, everybody knows Obi-Wan's a badass, but this new Obi-Wan series is coming out. I think is going to blow everybody's mind. I think it's going to be really good.
Oh, they're doing an Obi-Wan series? Are they doing it with what's his face?
Ewan McGregor is in it.
God.
Yes.
Yes.
No, it is Ewan McGregor. Obi-Wan.
He probably is the best Obi-Wan that we've ever had. He was
It comes
good
out this
Obi-Wan.
year. It's like this summer that shit comes out. Yeah.
He was a good Obi-Wan. Do they have a trailer for it yet? Curious. Let's find out.
Disney Plus. I know a lot of people are mad about the Gina Carino thing. I get it, but man, come on. It's TV and it's movies, you know.
Here's the teaser.
Oh shit. There you go.
I have failed you, Anakin. I have failed you.
You cannot hide forever.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ooh, that was the shit from Rogue One, Michael.
Yep.
You're running away from something? Running away from myself, I guess. Why are you doing this? You don't know me. No, I don't. But I know the look. Look what has become of you. A rat in the desert. Why come to this place? Oh, you have a purpose here.
Oh shit.
Protecting something? No. Protecting someone. Kenobi! Soon, the galaxy will be remade. The Jedi will die.
Obi-Wan is here. The Force is with him.
Everything.
Oh shit.
Grievous! Maul!
Maul! Oh shit!
Every
Oh my god!
has led
Fuck yeah! Holy shit! I can't believe I haven't seen that. Oh shit!
Oh my god! Oh wait, what's this? Oh, here's another taser for Lord Vader.
I think this is a fake one.
It's part of Teaser Pro.
Disney Plus did a fucking Vader series. Oh my god.
Lord Vader. Yes, Master.
Rise.
Right. That's shit from Rogue One right there.
Yeah.
Kill him. Fulfill your destiny.
No, that's his fucking apprentice.
There is great disturbance in the Force.
I have felt it.
You're my brother, Anakin. I love you.
Holy fuck.
Master could never be as vile as you.
Anakin Skywalker was weak. I destroyed him.
Then I will avenge his death.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh.
Vader is here. You are the one I've been searching for. The Force gives me all I need. The Force, the dark side, my master.
Yes!
Holy shit. Holy shit. Take my money, Disney Plus. Take my money. Holy shit.
Looks like they're doing a Yoda one too.
Oh, man. See, I think once they got Kathleen Kennedy out of the mix.
Master Yoda, let me take you away from your confusion, your anger, your sadness. Come with me, and you will never know pain, never know sadness.
This one doesn't feel
Not strong enough, I was.
That's all from the third movie.
Yeah.
They helped the
Tell me some new stuff. Come on. Please. That's the worst fucking Star Wars
Why do you come to my tomb, Jedi?
Nah, that's not real.
Yeah, so that Vader one.
That Vader, that would be awesome. The Obi-Wan looks awesome. Fucking Darth Maul. If Darth Maul's in that shit, oh my god.
Oh man.
Bionic leg Darth Maul.
Oh no. That wouldn't be Darth Maul. That'd be Grievous. Oh no. That would be Darth Maul. That would be Maul.
Yeah. After he cut him in half. Remember, he got bionic legs. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks badass. That'll be very interesting. The Kenobi
the Yoda one, I didn't believe at all. The Vader one, I kind of believe, but I kind of think
the Vader one had parts that could be. Yeah.
The Yoda one, I didn't believe at all because they would not have included that Clone Wars bullshit. I hated that fucking movie so bad. I was pissed off when I left the theater after watching that.
Yeah.
It's like, that is the cheesiest shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, it was so bad. Revenge of the Sith was 10 times the movie that Clone Wars was. I hated Clone Wars. I cannot express how much I hated Clone Wars. I hated that fucking movie. All of the J.J. Abrams movies are better than Clone War. I hated Clone War that bad.
Clone Wars was a bad movie. Clone Wars was a bad movie, except for the Yoda fight. That was the only thing that made Clone Wars any good. Also, what I like about Clone Wars, the movie, is that it spurred on Clone Wars the series, which was actually a good series. I like the series, the Clone Wars series, but that's me.
So, how many we got left watching this here?
We still got 10 people.
10 people. I want to ask the 10 folks that are here, what is your favorite ship? Not character, not anything else. What is your favorite ship from all of Star Wars canon? What is your favorite ship?
Oh, so Groovy just looked it up. He said, looked it up. The Vader one is fake too as of now. A lot of the scenes are from the new game. That's cool. What's up, Bobbies? Good to see you, man.
I hate the fake trailer stuff. Even though it's cool, I just hate that they get their hopes up. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they could go that route with it, and I really do think that they would have to. If you're going to tell Vader's story, you have to go into the fact that he had an apprentice.
Well, Disney Plus is getting darker and darker, a little bit edgier and edgier. So maybe they'll do a Vader show next year.
Slave One was a badass ship. You're not wrong. Slave One was a badass ship. For me, my favorite ship. I think I have to go Boba Fett ship.
That's Slave One.
Is that Slave One? Yeah.
That is Slave One, yeah.
Yeah.
Slave One was so weird because it took off at a different angle than it flies in. So that's what makes it so weird. Yeah.
I even like Mando's ship. I like Mando's ship too.
Yeah, well, it's gone now. It's fucking dust.
Yeah, it's fucking. Yeah.
I like, for me personally, like I said, it's A Wing, Y Wing, X Wing, then B Wing fighter for me. I love the Rebel ships.
Mm.
The Y Wing is one of my favorites. It reminds me of an A-10 Warthog.
It kind of looks like one, doesn't it? Y Wing. I liked Vader's. He didn't have the TIE fighter, like the normal TIE fighter. He had the
he had the TIE advanced TIE fighter is what it's called.
Yeah.
My favorite TIE fighter of all time was the TIE Interceptor from Return of the Jedi. It was a TIE fighter with like the two little points that come out on the wings.
Oh, yeah, the pointy. Yeah.
The TIE Interceptor was badass. I love
Jason said the Sith Infiltrator. Which one's the Sith? Let's look that one up now.
I want to say that's what Darth Maul was flying around in. It was a cross between a Jedi starfighter and a TIE fighter.
Yeah. Actually, that's not a bad. Here's a Lego version of it. Share the screen. Actually, I'll just do this.
Yeah.
It's got like the TIE fighter back end here.
Mm-hmm. Like a Star Destroyer front end, maybe.
Wait, that's a remote. That's a remote. Oh, that's cool.
I kind of dig the Jedi starfighters because they're a hybrid, between Rebel and Sith ships.
Yeah.
But like the A-Wing, if you're flying an A-Wing, that's just because you're a crack pilot in the Rebel Alliance, and you're there to kill people and fuck shit up.
Oh, let's see.
They had so many variants of the TIE fighter, it's crazy.
They did. Yeah, this one's kind of cool. Which one's this? I don't know what that one is.
That's like an X-Wing TIE fighter hybrid.
Yeah.
Now, if you we're talking about those books earlier, if you read the books about Han and Leia's kids, they actually built something like that ship you're looking at right there.
Okay.
It was an X-Wing TIE fighter hybrid because their son is like a kind of like Cable from the X-Men. He's like, his gift is technology, and he can just make anything. So,
yeah. Oh, these are pretty cool too. I liked these.
Yeah, that's the Jedi starfighters. Yep.
Yeah, those are pretty sweet. Those are slick. I also was a big fan of these. The
shuttle.
The shuttles. Those are cool looking. I like the wings moving.
The Corvette, that Corvette that you're sitting there looking at, the Hammerhead. Oh my God. When that Hammerhead crashed into that starfighter in Rogue One, that was a fucking awesome scene. The Naboo fighters, yeah, they're okay.
Yeah. That one's cool. Let's see.
I want to say it's that first one we looked up, Groovy.
What?
He's asking what Darth Maul flew at. I think it was that first one you looked up.
Oh yeah, that the Sith Interceptor.
Mm-hmm.
Or Sith Infiltrator. That one.
When he popped out of that thing and jumped on or jumped off that speeder in Phantom Menace, and him and Qui-Gon Jinn had that short fight in the desert, that was pretty badass.
Obi-Wan will only be a 6-episode limited event, not a series. That's still, I'm fine with that. You know what? I am actually completely fine with them doing that, especially for these type of stories, because what that means is it turns into a 6-hour movie.
Yeah, it's like
It becomes a 6-hour movie at that point, and that has to happen.
It's like Falcon and the Winter Soldier is only 6 episodes, but
it's only 6
awesome.
episodes.
Yeah.
They're on episode 4 right now, and I am fucking hooked.
Oh,
I love it.
Okay, dump all the Star Wars shit. Let's talk about that. That fucking episode 4 when John Walker loses his shit and he's standing there with that bloody shield at the end. Oh my god, that was fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, and so I'm curious where they're going to go with that. I know what's supposed to happen.
Okay.
Falcon becomes the next Cap. That's what's supposed to happen.
Well, in the comics, it's Bucky first, then it's Falcon. So I'm interested to see if Bucky doesn't take it up.
Yeah, he might.
Because Bucky is the fucked up character that maybe the arc is that he wields a shield. You know,
maybe. And I love the Shrink. The Shrink is one of my favorite characters. She's fucking hilarious. She's fucking great. I love her.
Do you think Bucky's going to fess up to the old man that he killed his son? I mean, we're spoiling the shit out of everything. If you haven't watched it, Falcon and Winter Soldier, too fucking late. We're talking about shit.
They are bringing back Christian as Vader in the series.
They are. They
Nice.
are. You know what? I think Christian Haydenson got fucked just from the writing and the way they did the movies. I don't think he was bad. I just think he got screwed on the dialogue that he was given to deliver. It was horrible. It was horrible. He's bitching about sand. I mean, fuck. Vader wouldn't bitch about sand.
Hey, Saucy's back. You've been gone for a minute, buddy.
Yeah, I had to go next door check on my mom.
No worries. We've just been bullshitting, man. And we're about 20 minutes till we're probably going to wrap this one up. Groovy, I disagree. They didn't bring BLM. What they brought in was like actual issues that are legit. And they didn't focus on it long. They didn't go crazy with it. They hit it once with that whole cop scene and moved the fuck on. Which I'm fine with. That doesn't bother me. That doesn't bother me. If it's the whole goddamn movie about it, yeah, that's gonna bother me. But that's not what they did in this case. That's
they kind of shit on that original that OG Super Soldier.
Yes.
Before Cap. And they kind of shit on him. But you know what? Enough said. He was like, enough said. Get the fuck out of my house. That's kind of the way
and then they had the whole interaction with the police, and that's where they don't make it a. If you read into it, yes, there's the racial connotations in that, which are fucking valid.
Mm-hmm.
And then they move the fuck on. They make the point and move the fuck on. That's all they do. And I'm fine with that. That I'm totally cool with. That doesn't bother me at all. I was completely fine with that. I think they have done a lot of other great things in that to where it's not a problem.
So who has just a little bit of sympathy for John Walker? You know, this guy, the one that did this shit. I have a little bit of sympathy for John Walker because I think John Walker's been through a lot of shit. And I think he's been pushed into a point where he has to perform. And I think he just snapped under the pressure. I do have a little bit of sympathy for the guy.
Hey, Groovy, you're never going to get that. You're not going to get that. You're not going to get escapism. Not anymore. Unless you watch some dumbass comedy.
Like The Wedding.
Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
See, Kathy. No, politics is going to bleed into everything nowadays. But it's a healthy conversation. And we don't have to fucking agree. That's what I keep telling everybody. We don't have to fucking agree on shit. Just have a conversation and stay friends, you know?
What I don't mind whenever they put stuff like that in there, okay? Or like whenever they did Hidden Figures.
Yeah.
That was kind of racially motivated, but it was a legit story that needed to be fucking told that not a lot of people knew. I'm completely cool with that. What I don't like is whenever they do like the Ghostbusters and they change it just to fucking change it and to make this girl power segment. That is fucking stupid to me. Fucking stupid. Made no goddamn sense. It wasn't funny, and it was trash.
Have you watched the new Ghostbusters trailer? Ghostbusters Afterlife?
Yeah, the one about the kids.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Yeah.
good. That one's
That
gonna
looks
be
good.
good.
But Groovy, you're not going to get escapism anymore. You're not.
No.
It's not going to happen again.
I think
especially with
Endgame-
Marvel and everything else.
I think like the Avengers Endgame is as far as you're going to get, into escapism, because you just kind of lose yourself in that.
You do, yeah.
When Cap
Right.
dropped Mjolnir, oh man,
Oh, that was sick.
fuck.
Sick.
It was all I could do not to choke up in the theater. I was like, ooh, I played it off really good, but god dang, it hit me right in the heart.
Yeah, it's the signature art. Falcon is a vet and fucking famous Avenger that saved the fucking world. He broke.
All right. I will see you there, Kathy.
That was actually a really interesting take on that, because that's something that they haven't covered. They haven't covered how the Avengers make money. Stark, it makes sense. Stark is Stark, He has all sorts of businesses, all of his power technology, all that other shit. That actually does not surprise me that he wouldn't have been able to get a fucking loan. Other than a VA loan, but yeah, that whole there's no income in being a superhero.
I'm gonna say that Falcon has some resources, but he probably brings in about $2,500 a month from the government. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, he lives and he's fine, but he's not living it up like Stark. I'm pretty sure Stark actually pays for the majority of their transportation. Whenever it came to getting them around everywhere.
I am not a Tony Stark fan. I don't like Iron Man. I don't like Tony Stark. I don't like anything about him. I think he's a fucking asshole.
He's a better Batman.
Yeah, yeah. That's all he is. He is Marvel's Batman. Just
He's
more
a better
badass
Batman.
person. Yeah,
He's a better Batman.
yeah.
He's
He would fuck Batman's ass up.
smarter. Yeah, he's funnier. He's smarter.
He got more money.
He's got more money. He's got a better suit. He's got more suits. He fucked the world up.
His suits alone would kill you without a guy in them.
Exactly, without a guy in them. I love Tony. I think he's one of the most underrated. He is, and having him played by Robert Downey Jr., knowing Robert Downey Jr.'s past, was a perfect choice.
Yeah.
That
was a very good casting. Very
good
perfect casting. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
For me, like Logan is my favorite because he feels like he does like he feels everything that happens to him. He is in all that pain. When he gets a hole blown through his chest, or he's melted or burnt or whatever, he feels every bit of that.
UFO. Batman dressed UFO.
He still keeps moving on, like Groovy, like the honey badger or Wolverine that he is. So,
oh god,
we have really devolved. We've gone way from Star Trek. Star Trek is such a far memory.
Yeah, right now we haven't talked about Star Trek in over an hour. Me and Groovy got in that argument about it while you were away, OG Sod, about Star Trek. That was pretty much it. And I'm like, it's bullshit. It's too much talking. It's like an anime. It's like Dragon Ball Z, where five episodes, 45-minute episodes, just to kill one dude, one fight to be over, because it takes that long to get anywhere in Star Trek. Fuck that.
so I know me and Groovy argued about it a little bit before, but like Data is just a ramped up version of Spock. He's just a more direct version of Spock, trying to find his humanity, trying to, understand human emotions and all that. Whereas Spock is half human, and I get all that. It's still the same arc. You know what I mean?
You brought up a good point there. Brought up a great point there, OG-san. I think that the Spock from the new movies had more character development than the last Spock throughout the TV series.
Yeah, the last Spock stayed stoic. The last Spock was a Jedi Spock. Like he never broke character.
Yes,
Right
never
up
broke.
until
He
the
was
end.
always a fucking
And the new Spock is like tongue kissing Gamora in an elevator.
He's dealing with his human side. He's dealing with his human
Yeah.
side, his human emotions.
I mean, his mom is Winona Ryder. Come on.
Yeah. He was dealing with some character development. I loved it. I don't understand how Cap could use the hammer. He's the least worthy person. That is inaccurate, Loki. No, Cap is actually, of all the Avengers, he's the most worthy.
Cap
is
has
absolutely-
more strength than people give him credit for. On top of that, like he legitimately stopped Thanos's hand from coming down, and that's like the Hulk couldn't even stop the.
but the strength has nothing to do with it.
No, it's a strength.
uh,
It's his strength, but
It's not strength. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Cap was doing that for us, for everybody. You know.
Yeah, the Cap is, even in the comic books, Cap is one of the first Avengers to be able to lift the hammer.
We talked about this a little bit last week, but like what was that series I was talking about? Civil War. So in Civil War, like Cap is the Punisher's personal hero.
Yeah,
and he is so misguided. He thinks everything he's doing is because he's influenced by Cap. And then when Cap tells him Frank Castle's a madman, like that's when Frank Castle actually loses his shit. That's the power that Cap has. If you can break the Punisher down emotionally, like, oh shit, maybe I am the asshole, that's power. That is some influence right there. More than any Infinity Gauntlet.
Lazy Nate, true, but if we're going back to like the original TV series, how long had he been a captain? How long had we had Captain Kirk with Officer Spock? I feel like it was just better.
So here's a character we haven't brought up yet in all of Star Trek lore: Worf. How fucking awesome was Worf?
Oh, he is. I don't know who he is.
Yeah. Remember when he talked about mating with a human? He's like, I find humans are too fragile. I'm like, oh, that's the man right there.
Groovy said we need to come up with next week's topic with Chet here, figure out what they would like to discuss. I vote for action movies. We love growing up. That's not a bad one.
That's a good one.
That is a good one because we could go through all sorts of shit on that one. Action movies that we love growing up.
See, you and Groovy and Shane are all.
How about we keep it to a decade? Let's go with.
I'd say 80s, man.
I was gonna say I'm thinking 80s. I'm honestly thinking 80s. 80s action movies.
Yeah,
would be a good topic.
I like it.
I feel like I've seen all those.
Kill it.
Yeah, I mean that's where you get that is the Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger era.
Van Damme.
And even Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
There that time too.
See, that's where I will fight you guys tooth and nail. I hate Steven Seagal.
Oh, so do I. I do too.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of him. Yeah.
But I hate Jean-Claude Van Damme too. I don't like him either.
Well, here's the thing: Steven Seagal in his movies gets shot with a fucking deer rifle. He's like, ugh, and he just shrugs it off and keeps doing his Steven Seagal bullshit.
Jason said best sword fights. We did say that we could do that too because we could rope in all sorts of shit.
Oh, sword fights. Yeah, I'm down with that one, Jason.
Yeah.
Best movie sword fights would be pretty badass. We could do some pretty sick ones. And I would say movie. We can't do TV show. Has to be movie.
Oh, look at my wall. I got two Conan posters and a whole sword rack on my wall. I'm ready for that one.
Yeah. So we could do, and I would allow with the best sword fights to also include like lightsabers because
I don't care.
You know,
we ain't picky. Whatever gets your juices going.
Best Loki said best funny movies. But you're leaving out Last Blood because it was a fucking badass Rambo.
Oh yeah, there'll be a lot of these weeks. Yeah, that's for sure.
We have a couple of different ones, and you know what? We're not going to leave out Last Blood because it was a fucking badass Rambo. We're not going to leave out Last Blood, Cindy. We'll probably do a couple of different decades of like badass action movies. That's just kind
the difference is we're just talking about them. We don't have a countdown. We're just talking shit.
Yeah, we're just
right.
I feel like. All right, so I could actually put it in for a vote. Let me pull up my chat bot. Let's put it in for a vote. Let's find out.
Action scenes. Flash Gordon.
Oh,
he's flying.
Go voting on.
Down.
All right. Option 1 is best sword fights.
Hey, any movie that can include Flash Gordon, the 1980 Flash Gordon, I'm in.
I agree.
Yeah.
Best
Impetuous boy.
80s.
Who wants to live forever? That was my first Funko Pop. Was Prince Voltan. I love Prince Voltan.
All right, so I want to limit it to a decade, Groovy. I want to go 80s.
And hey, we don't even care if it's animated or live action.
Right.
You can throw in your Transformer shit. Bring it on. Optimus Prime is killed.
Because we could have like 1 week 80s, do something else, and then do 1 week 90s.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say sometime, Micah. I know me and you are down for this. We got to do most disturbing movie scenes.
Oh yeah.
Have
we covered horror? We haven't done horror movies, have we? Let's put in horror too. Horror movies.
There's so many good topics. Yeah.
There are. Okay, so I have 4 options here. We have best sword fights, best action movies 80s, best action movies 90s, and then horror movies. I'm going to go ahead and start that. You should see it pop up in the console. Poll started. The way that you vote, you type in
I'm telling you, I got a sword right here within arm's length.
exclamation point vote and then the number 1, 2, 3, or 0. Sorry, 0, 1, 2, or 3. 0 for best sword fights, 1 for best action movies in the 80s, 2 for best action movies in the 90s, and 3 for the horror movies.
Sword fights, y'all. Highlander. The Corgan. Oh man, come on now. You know, if they had fixed the sound on the
Metal Music Maniac exclamation point. You have to do exclamation point vote. Eileen, you have to put a space between vote and your number.
Highlander was such a cool movie, but the sound was so fucked up on it. Like,
right.
You got Mr. Krabs as the Corgan. It's better to burn out than fade away. He's quoting Def Leppard, for God's sakes.
All right, so far it's between best action movies 80s and horror movies. That's what it's looking like so far.
Ooh, I can do horror movies.
1, 2, 3, 4. There can be only one. Yes, Jason, there can be only one.
There can be only one. You gotta say it like Christopher Lambert. There can be only one.
No, I want to say it like fucking the fucking Icelandic dude, the barbarian. There can be only one.
There can be only one.
I seen your Highlander movie, Bricky Bobby. It was shit.
Fuck you, Groovy. Highlander was one of the best movies ever made.
All right, looks like it's gonna be horror movies.
Oh, yep. Fuck yeah.
Horror movies for next week. I like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yep, horror movies. So next week will be horror movies, and we'll do that just kind of across. I think guys we should come with I don't know, 5. Come with at least 5 horror movies.
I bet Groovy's hard as a rock right now. It's gonna be like Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2,
That's all he's gonna
Ash
have.
versus Evil Dead, the new Evil Dead.
You can only have one series. You can go with the whole series as your favorite. I'm fine with that as one of your favorites. But you need to have at least 5 individual things. So yeah, I think that's
awesome.
I can handle that for sure.
You handle that. So like you can't have like Jason 1 through 10. Yeah, fuck that shit. No. You could have the Jason movies. You could have the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. You could have that type of shit. I'm fine with that. We can count series as one movie.
I just want people to bring movies that bothered them, where they had trouble going to bed later that night. Not just fantasy bullshit horror movies that really fucking bothered.
Really messed. Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, I went blind for a second. All I could see was white.
Mm.
No, all right, guys. Well, that's gonna wrap up our show tonight because we're at 3 hours now. I don't know if anybody's gonna be doing an after party. If you are, say something in the chat. Or OG-san, you gonna do anything after this?
Hell, I may. Yeah, I will. I'll run an after party.
All right, OG-san's gonna host the after party. We'll see y'all guys over there. Make sure you go check out OG-san. Make sure you go check out Saucy Shane, especially if it's your first time here seeing Saucy Shane. Go play his freaking videos. Just go play him. We're trying to get him to 4,000 hours, guys. So let's get him there.
I don't have it set up yet. It'll be up soon. I've got to go adjust myself. I'll be right back on with an after party. So
we're gonna go. Just your favorites, Groovy. Just your favorites. All right, guys. Let's give him one last drink rip.
Oh, well, I don't have a drink left. I've drunk all my beer.
Well, do a rip then.
Oh yeah.